think I'd never get to where I'm going, cause
Yo, welcome everybody to our podcast. This is the Phoenixville the Phoenix podcast, where you have me, myself, Ricky Fitz, aka Corey Johnson. You got Bombshell Kel in the building. Bombshell Kel, say something for us.
Yo, what up? What up? Hello, everybody. Welcome.
We have the lovely Monnie at the
Yo.
bottom of my screen. Not sure where she's at on you guys, but Monica, say something real quick.
What's up?
What's up?
What's
She
up?
said,
What's up?
listen, man, this podcast is about three friends, been friends for close to 30 years. I think me and Kelly actually been friends for like over 30, which is crazy. We used to go to church together when we were kids. But this is just a dope podcast, man. We have awesome conversations on the phone, and I always thought that that would translate well into a nice little podcast. We wanted to do it where we're all in the same place, but since I moved away to Phoenix, you know, this is how we could do it. But the pandemic, man, we can thank the pandemic for kind of making this possible, because I think a lot of the Zoom stuff wasn't really jumping until then. So it's actually dope, man. We here. We trying to make it happen. This is not a political podcast. So if you're coming here to get your latest Trump, news or whatever, you're probably not going to get a lot of that here. You're going to get a lot more music, hip hop, just regular news, local news, stuff like that that's going on. And you're going to get a lot of motivation, a lot of stuff like that too, man. Because, you know, you're looking at three people that changed their life. You know what I'm saying? That used to run the streets and act like, you know, total jackasses. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my French, y'all. But that's what, you know, that's what it is, man. Some of our friends are still out there. You know, we pray for them every night, and we hope that they figure it out as well. But yeah, man. So we're here to talk, man. We're here to have a little fun. I think we're going to set it off with a quote. Kelly, what's that quote we got? The Will Smith quote.
We have a quote. Monica introduced us to this dope ass quote from Will Smith. So
shout out to Will Smith too. Will Smith is
shout
a
out
beast.
to Will Smith. Philly too, you know what I mean?
Philly, man. Phoenixville, if you don't know, Phoenixville is a suburb of Philadelphia. So, you know, that's where we're all from. That's where we're originally from. And I moved to Phoenix, but most of my friends and stuff still live either in Phoenixville or right around the Phoenixville area. So shout out to Phoenixville, shout out to Will Smith, West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where he spent most of his days. But yeah, dope ass quote. We're gonna set it off with the quote, and then we just gonna talk our shit.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and read it. He said, "Too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't want to impress people they don't like." What do y'all think about that?
I think there's a lot of that going on now.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a thing, and it has been for some time now. And
I think we're all
a
little guilty of it.
Yeah.
Certain
We're
aspects.
on the same page there. Yeah, that's why I said it used to be my thing for a while. When I was young.
One thing I could say, you know, about our group, even if you go down to how we dressed a certain way in the 90s, not because it was a trend, it was how we like to dress, and we continue to dress this way because we like it, not because it's an in thing.
Right.
Because I don't know, I mean, my opinion, motherfuckers just dress weird now. It's just not
I can't get with a lot of the clothing these dudes is wearing. You know what I mean? The chicks is cool. I guess the chicks, I don't know. I like the way the chicks is dressing. The guys, I don't know what they doing these days. They wearing
a man's pants can't be tighter than mine. I don't like it.
I don't want to see a bulge when I look at a man. Sorry, that's disgusting to me. That's nasty.
Fair.
And you could quote me on that. I don't want to see the bulge when I'm, trying to talk to a man.
And no, you don't want everything all tight around your ankles and your calves and shit.
No, I'm not a joggers fan. I don't like it. Look, people grind me up for the way I tie my hoodies, but I've been tying my hoodies like this forever, and I'm still gonna rock them like that because this is how I like it.
Absolutely.
That's your style. And I get
listen,
it.
At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with buying yourself nice things. There's nothing wrong with looking nice when you go out and go do something. But when you're spending, I think in the quote, the thing that stuck out to me the most was it said, spending money you don't have. So you ain't even got it. We talking credit cards. Motherfuckers out here swiping credit cards, running up bills just to look good in front of some motherfuckers that for real, they probably don't even like. Like, we don't even like these dudes. These the haters that we're trying to put on for and show off for. And it's corny. It's just like it's goofy as shit. Spend your last money on some sneakers or something like that, $300
And
sneakers.
half the time, I mean, my opinion, just because it has a certain label on it, some of that shit's ugly. So you just buying it because it's this brand, and you're spending a stack or $1,500 on a pair of sneaks, and you ain't got no fucking money for your electric bill. That just don't make no fucking sense to me.
Just buy some lugs. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Nah,
we're
you
not
ain't
doing
gotta
that.
have,
I can't
you ain't gotta
co-sign
have
that.
the real Wally Clarks. You could just rock the lug Jones. Remember the lug Wallies?
I can't co-sign that.
never rock lugs.
Never rock the lugs. He said never rock lug. I'm way above.
Might as well have a FUBU sweatsuit on with him then.
I never had a FUBU. I never rock FUBU. And nothing against, listen, for us, by our salute to Damon John and everything he's done with, you know, every dude's a genius, but that wasn't my cup of tea, shall I say.
Sorry about that.
I wasn't a FUBU guy.
And
I'm
it
rocking,
goes so much deeper. Like,
I don't know if you
people
can
will
see it. I got the Michael Kors polo on today. I don't know if you see it, but you know, something light, you know, arms coming out the gym. You know, we back in the gym. We back in the gym a little bit.
They get ready to snap back like that.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Listen, nice screwdriver here with a little monster mixed in with it because I'm a little, you know, groggy today. So I want to wake up and be up and at 'em.
That seems a little tropical. That drink there.
Yeah, with a touch of fucking Southside Phoenixville.
Yeah, I knew Kelly had something to say about that.
Absolutely. I mean,
what's that supposed to mean? South side. I think all of us are from the south side of Phoenix. So I rep the south side. Even though salute to my new side, my north side brothers.
Absolutely.
I'm a south side guy, you know, 356 Grover Street, top of the block, school zone hustlers. You know what I mean?
Hey.
School zone hustlers, nigga.
Hey.
Every time I sold out front of my crib, nigga, I was breaking 3 laws. You feel me? Nah, I was just joking. I was never a hustler.
Not real for like
I fucked more packs up.
That screwdriver be letting you know.
I fucked more packs up in a little bit. It's my first one, actually.
All right. You know what? It looks good.
It won't be my last, though. I'll tell you that. You know, I can guarantee you that. I will have another.
That's right.
I think I could bet on that.
But yo, back to that quote. What do you think the root of a lot of that is? What do you think we're searching for when we're going out to spend money we don't have to impress people we don't even fuck with like that? Like, what is that?
Validation, low self-esteem.
Yeah, you're insecure, you're looking for attention, you know.
And a lot of it's one of my other favorite quotes. Me and Kelly talked about it. And again, I don't know the exact wording to it, but it says something like imitation is the sincerest form of flattery for mediocrity.
Yeah.
Right.
Meaning like that person's not even on your level, but they're trying to imitate you. And a lot of times they don't even like you.
I mean, who do we mimic as a culture? Not just us, because again, I think we're a little different in the sense that I don't know, we have our own identity as people, but a lot of people they hop on the next trend. It's always about what's the next hottest thing that the joggers are in now. So they was on the joggers. Now it might go back to baggy jeans and they'll be back on that. It's like every few years they're switching everything up because they're trying to keep up with, I would say hip hop culture is probably the leading cause of it because it's just so impactful, whether you're white, black, you know, Asian, whatever. Like it's hip hop culture just influences all that. You have Cardi B, you have little girls out here. You know, I have, they're not stepdaughters because I'm not married to their mother, but you know, I deal with a woman who has teenage daughters and, you know, they're very trendy. Like they like to be up on the new trends. And I think it's cool because I remember those times when I was doing those things. And so I kind of found, you know, my style or whatever, you know, that I choose to wear. But I see it a lot with the kids, man. And with the kids, I don't think it's bad because I think they're still searching for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're kids, they're teenagers. They don't know, you know, what they're really doing yet or like really.
Or they don't know really what the value of being unique is.
Right.
And the value of a dollar.
Finding themselves, their identity.
Absolutely.
And the value of a dollar. Because it's like, if I'm going out here to spend all this money on clothes, those are expensive. These shoes, these designer shoes and these they're reselling shoes now, which is they're selling them for like $1,500. Like it's crazy. Like some of these sneakers, you get the old J's and all that. They're all worth crazy bread. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got these kids out here just trying to do all that, and it's great. Like we need to find cheaper habits or cheaper ways to validate ourselves than to go out and spend
Absolutely.
2 racks on an outfit. Like it's crazy.
Right.
Like these kids walk around with $1,000 outfits now. It's crazy. We didn't do that when we was kids.
Nah.
But I literally see kids with $350 sneaks on. Like, damn, like that's crazy.
Too much.
That's
And to go back on the value of a dollar, I feel I've noticed when you don't earn the money, I think we've talked about this before. Some people just have tendency to money burns a hole in their pocket, period. But especially when it's handed to them and they didn't have to earn it, they're definitely not going to manage it right, because if it's constantly handed to them, it's just going to burn a hole in their pocket. So, you know, and like I said, a lot of times they'll put themselves in a position to be broke,
Right.
to look a certain way for social media, for friends, for whatever. And it's kind of sad to me, because if you look at all the money that you've spent to keep up, and what else could you have invested with that? You know what I mean? Like
A lot of other things.
Listen, there's levels to this shit too, Monty. Like you got rich people that, like, I was doing construction for a while when I first moved out here. So I'm in $1 million cribs, like cribs I've never thought I could be in. You know what I mean? Like beautiful homes, like crazy houses out in like Scottsdale and stuff like that. That's where all the rich people live. I actually worked in what's his name's crib? Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg is building.
Oh, okay.
And it's probably the biggest property I've ever seen in my life. This shit's huge. And it's on the side of a mountain. It's crazy. But we called it the Facebook house at work. It was dope. But what I was getting at is you should just see what people do. And like, you think Mark Zuckerberg's building a house on the side of a mountain for himself? Nah, that's for everybody else. That's for the world to say, you know what, I made it. It's almost like it's a way to validate yourself. But if you're Mark Zuckerberg,
Like a trophy.
If you're Mark Zuckerberg, you can afford that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And he earned it.
You can afford it. You earned it. Do what you want with your money. It's your money.
Exactly.
But when we're poor or we're middle class or, you know, whatever we are, you know, we're living pretty much check to check. I think this pandemic showed a lot of us and checked us and let us know, you know what? Yeah, shit could go left at any minute. And we never thought, I never seen this, and I know y'all ain't seen it because we all about the same age. We never seen anything like this before. This is all new, like where a virus kind of shuts down everything. And
Whole
it's
country.
making
Whole world, for real.
all those Jordans in your closet and all that Gucci and them Gucci belts. Who was talking about the belt? Kel, was that you?
I wasn't talking about
y'all posted,
Gucci
was
belts,
walking
a lot
around
of people
$1,500 Gucci belts.
Yeah, but see, look, then you get the
Listen,
belt, but you can't cut nothing
Monica,
out.
they walking, Monica. They walking, but they got a $1,500 Gucci belt on, but they getting in your passenger seat because they ain't even got their own wheel.
It don't make sense.
What the fuck is you doing? You can buy a car with that. You could go to the auction and get a squatter for that, right?
You want a belt. But then mind you, say you like Gucci, right? I wouldn't say it's not my style.
It's not my shit either. It's dope, but it's not my shit.
Say you liked it, but you only got the belt or you got the sunglasses or something like that. But I won't see you with a shirt on or nothing. Right. You know what I mean? So it's just, and like you said, they're walking or they're doing all this or that, or can't pay their rent. I mean, come on, that don't even make sense.
And listen,
you can carry around a piece of Gucci.
Yeah.
And I've been there. I didn't wear that super expensive shit, but I've been in that. I definitely been there. I've been there.
That's the only piece of Gucci you could afford.
Yeah, you might.
I
wonder how much a Gucci belt costs.
Motherfuckers can't afford the actual clothing, so they buy the accessories.
Yeah,
I'm not
the shirt, the glasses. They trying to stunt. You can't stunt with the accessories, though.
No, absolutely
not just the accessories. You gotta have.
That's strong. And a lot of their shit, in my honest opinion, that shit's ugly. I fucking see the sneakers. They got jewels on them.
Yeah, it's
straps and all this weird shit. How much you pay for that? $1,500.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No. I mean, I think keeping it basic. I mean, and it's, you know, basic in the sense where, like, you know, I'm still down with Polo, Tommy Hilfiger, all that. I think.
Yeah, look, I got it all right now. $1,500. I'm copying a nice
Tommy
set.
Girl perfume. I still wear that.
Yeah.
Monica, how much that hoodie cost?
Probably $100.
Okay, baller. This
Okay.
shirt right here, Michael Kors. I don't know, probably like 30.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you,
I'm cheap, man.
1500's get me a
cheap when it
lot
comes
more
to
than a
clothes
pair of
these days.
shoes with jewels on them.
I
I'll
don't
tell you
stunt.
that.
You don't hear me rapping about it. You ain't gonna hear me rapping about wearing $1,000 outfit. Not yet. Maybe
Just
when
keep
I'm on
wearing
Nas's level.
Fashion Nova. I got
Yo,
the
y'all hear the
fashion-
new Nas, John? You see the new Nas video?
I didn't see the
did.
video.
Check
I
it out.
did.
It's dope. It came out a few days ago. I meant to tell y'all so y'all can watch it. We could probably talk about it. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. It's dope. I
Yeah.
like the video itself. I know Doc said he didn't really feel it, but I liked it. And a couple other people I talked to said it was all right. Some people said they really wasn't feeling it. So I'd like to know what y'all input is. Because this is kind of a hip-hop type podcast as well. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about a lot of
Absolutely.
hip-hop music we like. We ain't got to talk about Lil Uzi Vert because we don't listen to Lil Uzi Vert.
We're not.
And that's all. And a salute to him. I know all his friends are dead. You know what I'm saying? Pushing to the edge. Oh, I fucked with that song a little bit. I had it bumping on my radio on the way to work before. I ain't gonna hold.
I think my daughter likes that. I'm not
Listen,
quite sure.
Salute to
Pretty
Uzi
sure
Vert.
she does.
He's the shit, but you're not gonna hear a lot of that here. I
No.
just want to let the people know. You're not gonna
No.
get a lot of that here. You know what I'm
Not a
saying?
lot. It will probably be talking shit if you get any of it, and it's coming from a good place.
Absolutely.
It's coming from a good place because I heard one time.
Everybody's doing their thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, and you got to give respect to that.
Take advantage of you. That's
Listen, he's employing a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's taking care of a lot of people. He's paying a lot of people's bills and helping a lot of people out. So salute to him and everything he's doing. It's just you're not gonna get that type of energy here. That's all. You know.
Yeah, and we don't knock anybody's hustle, but we don't have to just like certain stuff. Like that don't mean I can respect you, but I don't have to like your music.
Like
You know
on the
what I mean?
Nas John, he featured ASAP Ferg, which I love ASAP Ferg. I'm a big ASAP Ferg fan. But he also had don't misquote me on this. I forget the bull's name. I'll get back to it. But he had the one dude on there I don't really rock with too much.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, he had one line I like. He said, "Always get the liquor with the ice." It was my shit. It's a little bop John. It's like a club John, but he talked about liquor with the ice. And if you know anything about me, like right now I'm going crazy because there's no ice in my drink. I love ice in my shit. You need that shit cool. Because when it's cold,
screwdriver.
yeah, and plus, you know, I live in Arizona where it's hot as shit. Y'all want to? Yo, hold on. I'm gonna pull up the temperature right now because y'all out there chilling, and I need y'all to understand. Monica's telling me the whole time it's dry heat. It's dry heat. It doesn't mean
I
anything.
don't fucking know. That's my
It's dry heat.
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
100.
heard, too.
It's 126 degrees out. Monica's like, it's dry heat. You'll be all right. It's cool.
Make you dry.
I fucks with the summer. I'd be out there chilling.
Should make you dry heave. Shit. Get out of here. So hot make you want to slap your old mama. Look,
yeah,
right now in Phoenix, it's 99 degrees at 6:05 at night.
I got 99 problems, but the hottest temperature ain't one.
Hit me. That shit's hard. Yo, what else we talking about this week though? My video. Real quick. I don't want to take up too much time with this. My video is out. If you haven't seen it, go see that shit. Ricky Fitz, Shots of Patron Freestyle, produced by Sarcastic Sounds. I directed the video along with my little nephew Hector. Salute to Hector 56K. I don't know why he goes by Hector 56K. Don't know what that means. I don't care. You know what I mean? Salute to Hector. Thank you very much. Cameos by Angels Do Exist. Her dad, Uncle Dave, was in there. It was beautiful. We had a good time, man. We had fun with it. And again, I'm getting into video photography. That's part of the reason why I wanted to do this podcast with y'all now too, because I get to edit this and play with it.
Where can people see your video at?
It's exclusively on YouTube because I couldn't get with the producer to get it on all major platforms. So I wanted to drop it. I wanted to get it to y'all. Boom. It's a little freestyle album coming soon. You know, you guys already know it's coming, man. Ricky Fitz, I'm working this year. I'm working.
Yes,
man.
you did. You did your thing this year.
I'm working, man. I'm trying. There's a lot more to come before this year's over. The video's dope, though. If you get into the aspects, I think, Monica, you called me right away and asked, and it's kind of, I expected that because I just know kind of how you process things. So the video, you see a mask in the video. You will see this mask in almost every video. It represents a part of me. I ain't going to say the old me because that old me is still within me. And it still comes out at times. You know, I got anger issues. I'm an asshole sometimes. So that's the mask person. You know, it's just a reminder that I don't care how far you come or where you're at in life. You know, we always have things we need to work on, and we always have our demons. We always have our things that haunt us. So yeah, with me, mental health's big with me. Mental health's big with I think each and every one of us. I think we all struggle with it to a certain degree.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I own that. I definitely own my mental health, and you'll see that. And I think people can relate to that. So, you know, I do it not as a gimmick, but more as a relatable aspect. So where like we can meet somewhere, and like if you don't understand it, you know, I like to explain that to people. But you'll see that in almost every video. I probably have different masks and stuff like that. Sometimes I may disguise or hide the mask guy to where you'd have to look close to see him. And we might even do something on here to where I think in my next video, I might be shooting it Thursday. I'll disguise him, and then maybe we can come on here, and the first person to put in the comments that they know where he is, he has to put, you know, BO, he's in this scene, timestamp it or whatever, at a minute 33, he's right here standing behind a truck or whatever. If you get that, maybe we'll have a little prize or something for you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? To all the fans out there and all the people that, you know, support us and watch this, you know what I mean? It'd be dope. But yeah, the video's out. Go check it out. A lot more music coming. Lex Darwin, he's about to drop an album. He's another one of our real close friends that been in this thing for a long time, 20 plus years. John Murdoch, salute to John Murdoch. He's another one that, you know, I've been friends with John Murdoch since I was like 12. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. Like real close friends. Like I knew who he was since I was probably 8 or 9, but you know what I mean? So he was the older, you know what I mean? Murdoch's a little older than us. So he was, you know, he was the one schooling us, man. He was probably one of the first few people I smoked weed with and got drunk with and all that goofy shit. But, you know, those are fun times as a teenager, and those are just kind of rites of passage. You gotta, you know what I mean? It's beautiful to be able to share that with them, and it's beautiful to still be friends this long. That's why I love this right here, because we've been friends for so long that it's weird.
Family.
It's weird to other people. It's weird. You go into a relationship, the other person has to get used to the fact that you have other friends that you've been friends for so like I'm closer to you guys than I am with most of my family. I mean, that's just reality. Salute to my family. I love you guys. I just talked to my mom the other day. You guys know how big that is. She called me yesterday morning. We spoke about it. We're trying to work on a vacation of where she comes out after the baby and all like that. So that's cool.
Good.
We working, man. We working on shit. And I like, it's not bragging. It's not glorifying. I'm just putting it out there so other people can learn from our experiences as well.
Absolutely.
And as we go, I'm a little more open than you two are. You guys are a little more private, but you guys got so much to give. And, you know, with boundaries, we're going to give that to the people, and we're going to teach some people some stuff. We're going to help some people through some stuff. And, you know, this fellowship that I think we can create and build is going to be beautiful.
And you know what? I am a little reserved, but kind of ask me anything and I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm working on it, though. I got to open up the throat chakra a little bit.
Man, listen, it's all learning experience. I've never done anything like this before. I used to be a motivational speaker. I don't know if you guys remember that. But for about 6 to 9 months, I was a motivational speaker and I was killing the game. And then I started seeing the rise of a good friend of mine named Wallow267, and I said, let me stay in my lane because this dude is just killing shit, and I can't compete. Sometimes you got to gracefully bow out, and I kind of gracefully bowed out, not because I was standing in his way or anything. Like, he's doing his thing. Salute to him. We'll get into that maybe on another episode, but I actually know Wallow. I actually did time with Wallow in Graterford. You know, I seen his journey. I seen some of the obstacles that were placed in his way. You know, great dude, great guy. So we're going to have guests here too. So I don't know if we're going to Wallow. That's a little far-fetched, but hopefully maybe sooner or later we can have him. John Murdoch could definitely be stopping by. Lex Star want to be stopping by. Joey Crack could be stopping by. Hopefully Judah Priest can come through. Rasul Allah can come through. Rasul Sweat Chasers, salute to Sweat Chasers. Hopefully he can stop through and check us out. And we could just have a lot of fun, man, and do a lot of things with this thing. Definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm excited about it.
How you guys feel about Trump having COVID?
Fake news.
Fake news. I think I'm starting to lean towards that as well. I think me and Monica, we had a conversation because Monica was kind of furious. Monica, tell people why you were a little upset about some of the things you've seen with Trump. You know what I'm saying? Even though I even know you, and I know you're not a huge Trump guy, but or Trump gal. Sorry, I apologize for that. But
Trump kid.
tell them, you know, what pissed you off. And I think I've seen it too, and I didn't like it as well. I thought it was goofy. It's goofy shit. It's hate. Like, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, like throughout like social media and stuff like that, I was seeing people saying like, I hope he's dead. This will be the good thing that comes out of 2020 and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, I don't wish death on nobody. Like, you don't come back from that. And it's just very.
So you just don't go there.
No.
It's
And
that type of energy you don't want to put out there in the universe, because that shit, karma's a motherfucker. That shit will come back and get you.
Right, it'll hit you, man. Next
That should
thing
have come
know,
right back and get you. We don't listen. Trump.
You gotta watch it.
Trump is Trump. I think he should be president? Fuck no. But at the same time, you know, I posted a post up there. Actually, this week I said prayers to Trump and his family, and a lot of people were putting. They were clicking the laugh, like the laughy face thing, like they were laughing. I wasn't joking.
Like
I was dead ass serious. I was serious. Like, bro, I don't. You know, it's when it comes to life or death. Like, dog, I want you to live. You know what I'm saying? I don't need all that.
Absolutely. If that's what, if he really has it.
I think he has a major impact on this country, and I think
His impact's huge.
he knows it, and I think the impact he has isn't a positive one, and that's my only thing with Trump. But you know,
it's caused a divide in a sense. Well, it has, not in a sense. It's caused a divide. It's made things very awkward, and I don't even know if it's so much just him, but his camp or his people too.
Yeah, it's the
know,
whole
and I
PR
think
campaign.
there's so much anger that comes out, and it's just a shame because I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words on really what to say about this because people are so angry, and it's all right to not like somebody.
Yeah,
that's fine, and you could not be all right for what he says or what he does, but when you're devoting that much energy to somebody and that much hate, and also I don't think people realize the more you keep talking about him, whether it's negative or positive, you're going to keep him relevant. I've never seen a president where I'm walking into a pharmacy and they have dolls, right?
Yeah.
I go to the beach, the boardwalk's covered with stuff, whether they're grinding him up or supporting him, he's everywhere. I can't get through my day without seeing him. He's everywhere, whether it be negative or positive.
Listen, Wallow always says, let your haters be your motivators. You know what I'm saying? But also, your haters can be your promoters. Like, people can hate us. They can watch this show, oh, they're a bunch of fucking cornballs. I grew up with them. They ain't shit, whatever. But a lot of times that's, you know, they say good, you know, any press is good press. You know what I'm saying? So you getting in there, you blowing up. And Trump, you know, he's been huge for a long time anyway.
I even seen a toilet. Okay, you know the toilet brush that you clean?
Oh, yeah, it's Trump.
Yeah, and it's his face, and then the hair is the actual brush for the toilet. And I'm just like, it's crazy because, you know, as much as people hate him, or if there's people that love him, it's like they're making fucking dolls. Like, anywhere you go, he's there. And it's just, I don't know if people realize it. They're making him very relevant.
And Trump's smart enough to where he might be funding.
He don't give a fuck. Yeah,
he might be funding it all. It might be his dolls of him making fun of himself.
I wouldn't doubt it.
That's making money. Like, it's just, it's great marketing. Like, it's.
I wouldn't be surprised he has a strong business background.
But yeah, I think wishing death upon anybody on some, that shit goofy. Like, we ain't trying to do that. It's almost like after all this police shit, it's like fuck the police, but at the same time, I don't wish death upon none of y'all. I don't. When the dude ran up on the car and was airing the car out, I might have even felt happy for a second. But I think in hindsight, looking back, nah, man, we ain't dealing with that. And that's not the type of people. Like, you don't want to become the devil to defeat the devil. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, a lot of times you can lose yourself trying to, you know what I mean? Go, you know, there's many ways to skin a cat. You don't have to go that way. Like, a lot of times I'm really, you know, and I'm very eye for an eye type dude, but yeah, I'm not with all that, man. We ain't wishing death upon nobody, man.
You think you want that. Like, people hear, you know, Trump has COVID or whatever, and it's like, oh, I hope he dies. But if he actually died, you're not going to really feel that way. It is going to be sad in a sense.
Absolutely.
You're going to wish you didn't say those words. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, I've done a lot of goofy shit in my life, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of shit that I don't sleep well at night some nights because of. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, a lot of that, be careful what you wish for, because when shit like that happens, there's a lot that comes with that I think a lot of people don't understand. If you ever see soldiers coming home from war, like it's not a beautiful thing. Like some of the things they had to do over there is not cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all positive vibes coming from here, man. I know from Phoenix, positive vibes, man. I ain't trying to shit on nobody to get to the top, and I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's not on that type time, man.
Not
We
at
gotta
all.
overcome, man. Listen, this country ain't perfect, but we got to put the work in, man. Work ethic. I think that was on our list this week. Work ethic. If we don't bust our ass, if we don't, I can't expect Kelly to do something I'm not willing to do myself. I can't be like, yo, Kelly, you got to do this, that for the world. But I'm not willing to put that same work in. Like it's, it comes back to almost entitlement. Like a lot of people don't want to work for what, you know what I mean? It goes back to the quote. You know what I'm saying? It talks about money you don't have. Like people don't even got this bread that they're spending. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like, listen, man, work for what you got. If you got the cash to buy it, buy it. Boom. You know what I'm saying? But work for it. Have goals. Have something you're working towards. Have a purpose. You find your purpose in life.
We're all raised that way. So it kind of
Absolutely.
comes to us naturally. Monica, I know that's something we talk about all the time, especially with single moms working.
Yes.
We picked that up, something heavy. I don't know any other way. I don't even know what it's like to have like a guy really, really take care of me. I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It don't even at this age, at our age, that shit don't feel good at all. That shit's trash. And mind you, I was doing it up until a few years ago when I actually could hold my own and pay my own bills, consistently. You know what I mean? I've been able to do it from, periodically, but to be able to do it every day and to chip in and understand what stuff costs. Because I think a lot of times, I live in Arizona. The air conditioner bill in Arizona is, me and my mom was talking about it this morning. It's ridiculous, or yesterday, I think she called. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's crazy. It's damn near half our mortgage. You feel what I'm saying? For the AC bill, and you got to pay that 6 months out of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're just about to cut that off, hopefully in the next month. So,
that's
something when we talk about like how we were raised, that's something I really respect about how we were raised, because I knew the value of things, and I try to instill that in my daughter, when she asks for something, that it's not a need, I'm talking about something that she just wants to have. And I'll try to have her do some chores, and for a certain amount of time, like so if you have a job, do you know how many hours it'll take you to work to get this? So if it's just handed to her, there's going to be no concept. And then that's how I was raised. I didn't get handed pretty much anything. I worked for it. And I think that that's why I value what I have. I'm good with saving, stuff like that. So
both of y'all were super responsible at, I would say, a quite early age.
Monica was first. Monica was like my inspiration, because for a
Monica
minute Monica was working when we first met. We were like 14.
she had 2 jobs, and by 17 she had 2 jobs.
She was working.
I have to. That's a shout out to Big Teresa.
Yo, shout out to Teresa, and I want to take this time to say we love Teresa. Rest in paradise. Rest in peace. Rest in power.
So much. Thank you for everything.
Beautiful woman. I'm glad to have met her. She reminds me a lot of my father, which I lost a few years ago. So salute. Matter of fact, salute to both of them.
Absolutely.
Teresa, man. Teresa, shout out to Teresa. Monica, we here. You already know that. We ain't playing.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all.
We rally around our family, and we rally around our friends, and we make sure that, you don't got to go through this alone. We love you. And that, you know what it is.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
No doubt. I appreciate Teresa for not only being the person she was, but she's you're a living example of her accomplishments, the things that, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I mean, if it wasn't for Teresa, maybe I'm not here. You know what I mean? Because through you, you know, she may have taught me some things. It's so crazy how life works and how, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I can
And I
say
will tell
things-
you, like, there'll be times if y'all were going through something or my family was going through something and I wasn't really quite sure how to handle it. A lot of times I was giving y'all her advice.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't know the answer, I was asking her,
There
like,
you
how
go.
should I, how can I direct this person? I want to help them. So yeah, she's definitely very special. I'm lucky to have had her as a
Yeah.
mother.
I definitely want to give a shout out to her. Matter of fact, we're gonna dedicate this first episode to her, man. This is for her, man.
Big
Straight
Teresa.
up. This,
Thank you, Big
this,
Teresa.
you know, us trying to accomplish things and moving on to new shit and just trying new shit. You know what I mean? It gives
And
us the
I know
courage
she'd be
sometimes.
proud right now. She'd be
Absolutely.
proud.
She'd be so
Monica
proud to
after.
see this, even though she was a very private person.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think she would appreciate. She would
I
appreciate
couldn't even
this
get
because
my mom to get on the internet, like no Facebook. She said, for what? I want everybody in my business. I'm like,
Right.
okay.
But yo, we talked about this the other night, Monica. She old school.
Yeah.
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 That's like expecting Big Sid to be all over YouTube. Like, fuck it.
Does
Big
not
Sid ain't
happen.
doing no shit like that.
Nah,
No.
they ain't
Big
they
Sid
ain't
be like, Corey, if you don't get out my face with this camera, motherfucker, what
Yep.
is you doing?
You know who would be all about it? My grandma.
Yeah.
Yo, I wanted to say, Kelly. I
Oh,
wanted to
I
say
love her.
when I was talking about how Monica's a living experience,
Mhm.
you remind me so much of your grandma. It's crazy.
I'm glad you said that, and that makes me feel really
You just
good,
do.
because
Like,
that's who I always wanted to be. Like
know
Bertha
you-
Lee. Shout out to Bertha Lee.
right there.
But nah, you remind me of your grandma a lot, man. I mean that. Like
Yeah, I wish I just to be just half the woman she was is good enough for me.
it's like you
Absolutely.
reflect her light. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah,
it's crazy how that works.
it
And
is
I would say the
crazy
same
how-
for Monica and her mom. Like you reflect her light, that beauty within them, it somehow worked its way into you, which is so beautiful.
Yeah,
Because sometimes that doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
right.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes
definitely.
that just don't happen. So it's a beautiful thing to see.
I'm grateful, very grateful.
Absolutely.
Let's get a feelings check. What's up with y'all?
So I'm feeling pretty good right now. I was a little anxious, and I think just because all what we're doing, making sure I didn't say anything stupid or whatever is going on in my mind.
Yeah, yeah.
So that feelings check, I was all in my head for like a good hour before we started, and now I'm chilled out. Just
Good.
happy to be here.
Happy to be here, this lovely bitch.
Exactly. You want to talk about that real quick?
Oh my God.
We can.
Or how you feeling?
I forget the feeling I had. I actually wrote one down because we said something about we're going to do a feeling check. But I think exuberant was the word I felt because I'm
Look at you.
exuberant, right? I was looking for exuberant. I would say exuberant / grandiose because to me, grandiose is a feeling.
Yeah.
I just feel great. I feel like this year with so much bad, like there's always balance, right? So when you look at it, like if there's a lot of bad going on, there's a lot of good that's about to come from it. You feel me? Like it just, to me, it works that way. It's a back and forth. It's a pendulum. You know what I mean? That's the word of the day, pendulum. You know what I'm saying? But
like pendulum.
actually, Murdoch had a song on, I think it's the only solo song he had on the Flying Dutchman album where he said something about a pendulum. That shit was crazy. It's my favorite song
That
actually on
sounds
the
like
Flying
something
Dutchman
you
album.
could do.
Besides the one I'm on. So, you know what I mean? Under Pressure, Flying Dutchman. Go check that shit out. That shit fucking fire. You know what I mean? I'm a little drunk. Don't mind me. But grandiose.
Drunk, get ready to take over the whole show.
Yeah. Grandiose and exuberant. I'm happy. I'm happy to be doing this with you guys. And I'm happy I may be doing another podcast with somebody else. And I'm just happy about that and the way that, hopefully that comes together and we figure it out, man. There's a lot of things we doing this year. So I'm happy about this whole year and I'm grateful. You know what I mean? That I have friends in my life, I have family, and I'm doing a little better than I was a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? So most
Just a
definitely. Monica, how the fuck are you feeling?
I want to go with present.
Okay.
Ooh.
Mindful. I have a lot going on right now, so this is very helpful to be very just present and here and not, thinking about some other things that I'm going through. And it's nice just to kind of take that break and talk with you guys. So I'm gonna go with present, mindful.
I like
Present's
that.
dope. I like it too.
Uh-huh.
Touche, my
Keep
nigga.
it.
Touche.
We gotta
What else
keep.
we got? We got anything else on the list? I think we had a few more things.
Well, we're gonna talk. We can talk about our goals and the importance of setting goals. So we can talk about just goals in general. What's going on with everybody? Well, Corey, we see you. You've been working. I'm sure attaining goals left and right lately.
You know what? I still got a few more I need to make and a few more things. I could do better in a lot of different situations, a lot of different areas of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like goals, I don't know. Goals to me are crazy. It goes back to rehab. When I was in a drug and alcohol rehab, we had a goals meeting in the morning. We had to set a goal, and then you have another one at like 3 in the afternoon where you gotta say, you gotta say what your goal was and if you accomplished it. It's short-term
Right.
goals, something you can accomplish in a few hours.
Yeah.
And I thought it was dope, and it started to change. But I don't know, maybe I was just starting to mature to the level to where this made sense and it clicked. Because you hear shit, I've heard this shit my whole life. Set goals, do this. My dad was big on that. Have a plan, do this, that, and third. You know what I'm saying? Set little short-term goals and just they're stepping stones. It gets you to your next goal. It gets you to your next thing.
Mhm.
But for some
One
reason,
of the 3 keys to success is all surrounded by goals. Deciding what you want,
Right.
setting a goal, having a deadline for that goal, and in the meantime doing things to achieve it. So goals, ultimately lead to success, obviously. So they're very important. Not only, just you also need to hold yourself accountable. And
That's
also,
the-
as our group of friends, if you
That's the
inform me
hardest
of your
part.
goal, yes,
that's the
exactly.
hardest part.
Absolutely.
Holding yourself accountable. And that's why, something that I like about our friendship, if one of us is drawing, if you're not ready to hold yourself accountable, we're going to bring it to your attention.
That's true.
So that's something that I value about our friendship, and very important. Without goals, there's not going to be success.
I remember having an intervention or two with you guys.
Those
wasn't
were
always
good
the funnest thing. I think one of the times I actually passed out in the middle of the intervention. It was crazy.
Sounds about
Wow.
right.
Then I was trying to salsa dance with somebody in the motherfucking parking lot. It got crazy.
I like
But,
to cha-cha.
But yo, Kel, what goals you working on? What you working towards right now? You don't got to get too private in anything private, but what publicly, what
Too
don't you
private
mind
in
sharing
anything
that?
private.
What you working
Well,
on?
right now I'm working on my real estate license.
Woo!
Yeah, so that's been the thing.
Damn. That's what we doing?
That's what we're doing. It's a whole
Good.
lot of literature, a lot to read. I've been watching, like a lot of HGTV, which I have been for years now, but now like I'm appreciating it because, so I'm doing a lot of learning. I'm taking it at my own pace. I'll probably take the exam maybe sometime after my birthday, like 2021, early winter, something like that. But
2021 is going to be a good year, man. 2021 is going to be what 2020 we thought 2020 was going to be. A lot of us came in with big hopes for 2021, and
I agree.
Yeah.
I remember on New Year's Eve, 2019, I look at it now and I thought, oh, that was an easy year. But at the time, I remember me and Kelly were like, I think we took a picture like, fuck 2019, right?
Yeah,
and then 2020 came and I'm like, oh. Again, like we said, be careful what you wish for, because this shit hit me like a fucking ton of bricks this year.
It really did. It was like everything was okay, and then Kobe died, and then the world fell apart.
Yeah.
Dog, when Kobe died, oh my God. I was
weird.
laying here taking a nap, right? For some reason, I was taking a nap. I don't know if it was a playoff football was on. I could be wrong, but I was laying here taking a nap, and my girl woke me up and she said, yo, Kobe just died. And I remember getting up from the nap and I walked into my studio. I got like a little studio room where I record and I edit film and I do all that. And I sat there and I waited for her to go downstairs because I'm a guy, right? And I just started fucking crying. And I was like, why would you take Kobe? Salute to Kobe's from Philly. He's a Philly native, but for some reason, I started watching a lot of Kobe motivational shit. and it fucked me up. I was like, yo, because I wasn't super connected to Kobe. Like, it was just, all right, he's from Philly and I respect him. He's one of the best that ever do it.
Yeah.
But it fucked me up. And I sat there and I cried, and it was a good cry. It was like one of them cries I guess I needed. And I don't know. Kobe, for some reason, just impacted me. And then I went to LA for the first time. Been to LA like 3 or 4 times since, which is dope because I'm not that far from there and I can go there. It's one of my favorite cities. It's probably where y'all gonna come visit me in a year or two because I'm gonna be out in LA. Fuck that. We in Santa Monica Boulevard. Yeah, all that shit on my Sheryl Crow shit. I'll be out there on my Sheryl Crow shit. But yeah, Kobe, I don't know. When you said Kobe, I had to talk about Kobe. It fucked me up.
Yeah,
it was interesting. I was sad about it. I remember calling my mom, and she was upset about it, but she did bring something to my attention. My mom always tried to find a positive in a situation. So
Absolutely.
we were talking about how his daughter was up there with him on the helicopter.
Yeah.
And she said, could you imagine you have your child there and she's probably so scared. So, it was, and again, I'm not going to talk too much about my faith on here. I'm going to try to keep things, but, I believe in God. It was their time to go home. But I'm glad that Kobe was able to be there with his daughter at that time, because I couldn't imagine being a child and being so scared and just having her father there to be there, during such a scary experience.
That's so true.
I think I remember there was rumors. I'm not sure how true this is, but I want to believe that this was true, that they were kind of hugging each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they found him, and I would expect nothing less. You're in there with your daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And shout out
she
to
made me look. She had me look at that, and I'm like, yeah, it's bad, but I'm glad he was able to be there for his daughter, because I could just imagine being a child and being you're scared as an adult. Imagine being a child. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
At least she was able to have her father there with her.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
Kobe and Gianna and the other victims. That was very, very sad.
I love that name too, Gianna. It's a beautiful name.
Yeah, I like it.
I had a friend who had a daughter named Gianna. Just a beautiful name. I love the name itself. Just that has nothing to do with anything. But yeah, rest in peace to Gigi. Rest in peace to Kobe.
And what month did he pass away? Do you remember? I don't.
January, I believe.
January. Okay.
Day before my birthday, the 26th.
Yeah, I think it was the 26th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all in all, it was like it's been a rough year, and
it's been a very rough year.
Then my mom passed away in March, and then literally like the day I buried her, everything shut down. So like I said, for once, I never knew what it was like to not have my mother, and then to have a pandemic on top of it, where I'm not even able to really spend time with y'all. You know what I mean? Like I had no distractions. So
you were stuck kind of in your own mind, because you were just confined kind of to the house and to just immediate family stuff. But
yeah,
you didn't have, like you said, no distractions, nothing to help you kind of get a few minutes away from it.
Absolutely. Right. But you know what? I believe that happened for a reason, because I'm one
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I don't know what it's like to have a parent die that I kind of knew that their death was coming, right? So I can imagine that being hard, but me loving my mother so much, I could see myself, not intentionally, but if I knew she was sick, like maybe begging her to like, please don't leave me, something like that, maybe making her feel bad. I don't know what I would have done, but I'm just kind of speculating. But it's such a strong relationship with her, so I feel like it had to happen like that.
Yeah.
So it hurt to go without any warning, and just me really be forced
to
just deal with it. And obviously I'm still dealing with it. It's very fresh still, but I think that just the way I operate in my mind, I think that was probably, that happened for a reason that way.
Absolutely, I agree.
It's like that's the blessing in the whole thing. Like there's always some good shit involved. Like I said, it's balanced. So you take the negative with the positive. With anything negative, we learn the most about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like that adversity. Without adversity, we can't grow. We can't. I'm telling you, people that just live life normal. Like let's say people that let's say someone's just paying all their bills. Boom. They never have to work. They never have to do anything. This handicaps people. And it puts them in a position to where when that person's gone, now that they're stuck in a situation that they're not prepared for because they never had to pay a bill. They never had to hold themselves responsible, whether it's financially.
It's truly a disservice to the person. It really is.
We all know people that been in and out of prison and had help their whole life. Yeah. And then when that person goes, my father was one of them. My father was an enabler because every time I went to jail, he would help me. He wouldn't, he never gave me a whole bunch of money, but he'll send me a couple dollars every month, and I knew how to manage that, make it do what it do, with my little, crying, I'm always doing some dumb shit. So I was in jail still, manipulating the situation and making it do what it do. But I had that enabler. I had a place to where if I needed a place to stay, my dad gave me that.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? And when he was gone, it forced me to have to do it myself. Mm-hmm. And it's scary, and I wasn't very successful at first, you know what I'm saying? Right. It took me a while to figure that shit the fuck out. But it sucks, you know what I mean? And I think God, it's almost like the universe gave you that, Monica, I think, in a sense. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like,
absolutely.
Like you said.
I almost have to look at it like, wait a minute, she taught me all this stuff already. But, my own insecurities, I think, oh, what am I going to do? But yeah, I think, I definitely am struggling with it, but I'm going to get through it. But it's just
day at a time.
Yeah, one day at a time. And but yeah, like I am truly blessed because she really I don't know, she prepared me for life. Mm-hmm. You used the example with jail. My mom used to tell me, if you get locked up, don't waste your money on me. And I believed her because everything she said, like, don't waste your call. That money that you got or whatever, that call, don't call me.
Don't call me because I'm not sending you shit.
Yeah. And that's what she would have done. So like, if she said it, she meant it. So it's like, I never really had, she was there for support and advice, but like, she ain't bailing me out of shit. Never had. So, I feel like if she did, like Corey said, it'd been like a disservice.
Yeah. Because, you don't grow, really. No. You just stay, like, you're used to that. And,
exactly.
I look back at it and I think, like, when I was a teenager and shit, like, I didn't really, like, I knew I would have to work and do all that eventually, but I kind of wanted to milk it, like having, my grandma and them look out for me as long as I could. And then, like, 18 came and it was all out the window.
Yeah.
And I was like, think about... I really have to go and, like, start a career because I didn't go to college, or I dropped out of college. I went to college for, like, 6 months. And I'm like, damn, like, this is what it is. Like, I really got to do something here. And, I found something. I think I really started working hard when I was, like, 22, like, right after Joe passed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really got to get my shit together. And I kept that job for like 10 years, which
that's that joint. That's that joint in Oaks. That joint in Oaks you had, right?
Yeah, I was there for a long time. That got me the job that I have now and everything. So
I feel like a lot of times too, we'll like look back and I think we just got to remember too, like we're a lot stronger than we think we are.
Sometimes I don't think any of us give ourselves enough credit.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we're talking about that.
At the end of the day, when we look back at shit we went through it. We got through it. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. That's why we're able to look back now in hindsight.
It's like some hardcore shit.
It's crazy. Absolutely. Listen, Joe dying. We were 20. I was 22. June. Yeah, I was 22. I was 22 when he died. Y'all was 21, maybe 22, whatever.
Yeah. 21.
So when Joe died, it was one of the first times I ever lost someone that was that important to me. It felt like family. It felt like my brother literally died because my brother literally died. Yeah. And it's thanks to you too. And I don't know, it was too much for me at that time. You know what I'm saying? And I was already engraved with going in and out of jail, and I was stuck in that cycle that I didn't do good at all after that. In fact, I spiraled all the way out of control and started doing a lot more harder drugs and doing all that shit. Mm-hmm. But to you guys, I don't know. I always seen you two as like y'all got y'all shit together at an early age. So when we was still out here fucking up, a lot of us, and y'all two had y'all shit together, and I always saluted that. You know what I'm saying? Like I always,
Thank
and
you.
I always appreciated the couches y'all allowed me to sleep on.
Anytime.
I listen, ain't no shame in my game. I appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely. And
you
I know a few other people. I know a few other people that appreciate it as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And speaking of couches, I slept on. Salute to Justin Carbone, man. Rest in peace to Carbone. You know what I'm saying?
Justin, pure heart.
Got a song coming out with Murdoch that we give a shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Carbone, man. He gave me a couch when I needed it. And trust me, I would not be sitting here right now if it wasn't for him. So salute to him.
Peace.
Rest in peace, rest in paradise forever.
How many screwdrivers are you on there for?
Yeah, your third.
Like my second, I'm good.
Second.
I'm sure, yeah, I'm good. I could do this for hours. I'm on some drink champ shit for real. So I'm just preparing myself for the actual drink champ. So I'm on there and I'm talking my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna help me prepare myself for that. I get saucy, man. I do this. I really do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get myself a little bottle for Tuesdays.
It's going up on a Tuesday. It's going up on a Tuesday.
I walk into work on Wednesday morning and my bum be like, I got fucked up on a Tuesday.
All the chicks in the club and they choosy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a regular Tuesday for Fitz. You know what it is.
Just another
What's up,
day.
man? What other goals we got? What other shit we trying to do? What we trying to do with this podcast?
I mean, look, that's for me. I think this is the next, big thing. Like that, I want this to really take off, and I feel like it's going to. I feel really good about it. I think this is just, the vibe is right, and I think it's something we've been talking about
Absolutely.
here and there for the last couple
for a
of
long
years.
time. It's been years in the making, actually.
Yeah.
Been
so
years
just
in the
the
making.
fact that we've started, even right now, this is gold right here. We're going to look back at this, probably in a year or two, and be like, damn. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team. Okay, I don't have to keep yelling.
It's a good song. It's a good song. I know Monica don't fuck with it, but I do.
She'd fuck with it if we
They say that I'm stuck in the 90s. I guess
Monica
I am.
is stuck in the 90s, people. Listen, America. She's
Would
stuck
you say
in
98 is where you're at? Is it 98?
98. She ain't ever came out right around the time DMX's second album dropped. That's it's like Thanksgiving 98.
Blood of my blood.
Stuck right there.
Flesh of my flesh.
Yeah,
You know what? Listen, salute to Murdoch. Salute to Murdoch. He's my brother, so I can talk a little shit. Murdoch's the same way. Murdoch don't like that. I be sending Doc shit like, I know he gonna fuck with this. I know he gonna fuck with this.
Oh no.
He don't fuck with it, but you know who does? Which that gives me a validation that I feel good about? Greggy. Greggy be like, nah, that shit was dope. I'll be like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I ain't tripping. I'm not tripping. As long as I'm not tripping. Because I look to Murdoch. He's my brother. I look to him for validation at times. So I'm like, yo, is this shit dope? Boom, I send him something. It's not, if I send him a track, we both artists, so he might not say it's trash, even if it is. Because I know he's said some shit that I'll be like, all right, he ain't really fucking with that. Which is cool because I need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, you want to hear that type shit. But yeah, when it's to sending him like new music, I sent him the new Nas joint. He was like, I ain't fucking with that.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
And it's weird though, because I'm just stuck on.
Clear too. You gotta respect that.
I like the 90s style of things.
He likes what he likes.
Obviously the music, the hip hop, R&B, but I like that I don't at least box myself in just one genre of music. So I could say that's where I might be a little bit different, where, I enjoy several.
I think you stay stuck in that too. I'll challenge you on this. I think you stay stuck in the fact that I know what other genres you like.
Yes.
But
they're not from now.
You like 90s? I'll tell you what you like. You like 90s hip hop. You like 90s R&B.
Yep.
Love 90s R&B. You probably like 80s soul and some shit around there. You fuck with some of that. But you also like 70s rock and roll.
Yes.
Heavy. And you get that from your pop.
Absolutely.
I get mine from my brother. My older brother was in a band since, I don't know. I remember walking up the steps hearing Stairway to Heaven and thought this was the best shit I ever heard in my life. What is this? And I remember begging my brother to let me hold the CD or the record or the cassette. And he was like, "No, you can't hold this." And I was, because he knew I'd probably fuck it up. I was a kid.
I feel like for me, why I'm so stuck in those errors is because with the music, is because you couldn't just say some dumb shit. The lyrics mattered. Okay. Yeah, and we can go to the rock and roll. I mean, they're playing all their instruments. That's number one. So that's talent in itself. Plus their lyrics, the content of their songs, okay? Because there's a lot of songs, again, like I always like when there's hidden meanings. Like I like to be able to use my brain.
The 70s, all that shit. Remember you was talking about the Eagles.
Hotel California.
Hotel California. That's about dope. It's heroin.
Yeah.
It's about heroin. Like it's beautiful. I think Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge, same thing.
Yeah.
It's about dope. It's about, I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm withdrawn, I'm dope shit. Beautiful song. And if you've been through it, it just has that much more of an impact. It's awesome.
It does.
Absolutely.
70s rock and roll, by far, I think some of the best music ever created. Period.
Yes.
This
I
period.
agree.
Like I can't. I was listening last night. I got stuck. I was all drunk, smoking, all high. You know, I get my little Jones, and I'm an artist, so I love listening to music. I love hearing new shit, and I listen to Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. Like, it's probably top 3 albums of all time. So I'm listening to it, and I'm just saying, I gotta step my game up. I'm not as good as I think I am. As grandiose as I may be, as cocky, as arrogant as I may come off sometimes, I need to get better because this is some shit. Like, I want to do some shit like this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want the mute. Like, I don't know. It's so crazy. But yeah, 70s.
And then then you move up, right? And then we're in the 90s with hip hop, where it's the same type of expectations, your lyrics. So now, you
couldn't come with no bullshit.
No, you couldn't. And even the R&B was dope. First of all, I don't even hear any R&B anymore. That's upsetting in general, right?
No.
R&B's dead. R&B kind of died. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
What happened to the R&B group?
I don't know.
Yeah, like even like Jagged Edge and 112.
Boys to Men, Jodeci, fucking All for One. They was all dope. Like, this shit was fire.
Ooh, Jodeci, yes.
Truth, remember Truth?
Is my favorite.
Kel, remember Truth?
Yeah.
Truth was fire. Like
Shy,
remember Shy?
Yeah.
Comforter is my shit. I still listen to that.
H-Town knocking the somebody rocking, knocking and moving.
I used to like Silk. I liked Mint Condition.
Yo, Silk was classic.
I forgot about
Lose Control is my favorite song by Silk.
Mint Condition.
Yes, Mint Condition.
Yeah. It was breaking my heart.
Yo, y'all remember Power 99, the top 9 at 9?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I used to record it. I used to record it every night. And I would listen back the next day, and I would try to memorize the song. Ghostface was on there a couple times. He was on the Babyface remix to one of Babyface's songs. Ghostface was on a remix, and I would listen to the top 9 every night because they would play on Power 99. It was dope. Like,
so that was that kid I felt like you had to
You don't have that anymore.
Nah.
The only thing I really, I really like Bryson Tiller. I fucks with him.
I love Bryson Tiller.
But then,
my girl listens to a lot of Bryson Tiller.
Like if I have any time, I guess that's R&B, right? Like today, and I fucks with him heavy.
Good R&B. It's the best R&B they got kind of out right now.
And I was really Janae Aoku. She's dope.
Absolutely.
The Worst. What was that song called? The Worst or something?
Yes, The Worst. Oh, I love it.
Where she killed her boyfriend in the video?
Yeah, she did.
That shit was hard.
I
don't need you. I don't need you.
But I want you. Yeah, she killed it.
Like,
and so I was excited when, because I'm hearing all this whack shit, in my opinion, and I'm like, I got super excited when I'm hearing now Griselda. I'm hearing Tiana Taylor with Ghost and Method Man. So I'm like, oh, all right, it's coming back.
Meth got the verse of the year.
Yeah.
Off Lemonade, off the lemon, whatever
Yeah,
that joint
the
is,
lemons.
the Conway joint.
With Conway, yes.
Meth
killed
got
it.
the verse of the year. I don't care what nobody says. Leave it in the comments if you disagree. Fuck you, because Meth Man probably it's the verse of the year. There's no
And
doubt.
you ain't gonna hear me talking negatively.
He said something. Capone and Noriega, CNN. He said something about being in a tinted car. Y'all ain't seeing it.
Yep.
He killed that. Just coming in like that, like Lil Uzi Vert or whoever else. Salute to Uzi
They
Vert.
ain't saying that shit.
Y'all not fucking with that. And y'all can't get a verse of the year. Drake, sorry, salute to Drake. You ain't had a verse better than that this year, homie. Like,
I don't know if he ever had a better verse.
Freddie Gibbs, maybe Freddie Gibbs. I think Freddie Gibbs has the best album of the year. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that. Alfredo, salute to him. That shit was crazy.
So I got a little. It was almost like a tease to me. Like I see that R&B joint, and she did it all '90s style. She killed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Tiana Taylor too. Remember?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Taylor. And
I knew what you meant.
And then I hear Griselda, and they're all nice. So I'm like, oh, all right, so it's coming back, but it's like you're seeing a little bit of it, even though they're doing their thing. But radio and shit like that, they ain't playing that. So it's almost like a tease. Like I want back what I listened to before. Yeah. Not even don't have to be the same shit. I just want that same style. So I have a problem. I don't like it. I'll be honest with you. I don't like that shit.
It's in the middle with you.
Yeah.
Yo, it's unrealistic.
It is. And
it's unrealistic to think.
I'm well aware of that, but I'm just not willing to. I like what I like. And this goes back to the Will Smith quote. Like I said, I'm not like y'all. People still grab me up. You even grab me up. Oh, why this ain't 95? Why you tired? Because I like this shit, and that's the type of music I like. So if something comes out like Griselda, they ain't, and
listen,
I like
at the end of the day, that's integrity. To know what you like and to say, you know what, this is what I fuck with. That's integrity. That's not trying to blend or trying to, you know what I mean? You ain't a chameleon like some of these people who don't know who they are. And I think that's awesome. I love the fact that we, as all of us, me, you, like Kelly, Derek, Lex, we're all who we are. We're not trying to be anything other than who we are. Salute to Greggy. Greggy is who he is. He wears the same, like he's part of the whole squad. So Tom, shout out to Tom.
Oh my goodness.
Tom still ties this shit up like you got your shit tied.
He does, yeah.
Every time you see Tom, if Tom got strings on his hoodie, they tied like that. Boom. Yeah. Every time. I swear I know this for a fact.
So like, true. I'm glad you pointed that out because he's
White Rat do the same shit. You don't play no games.
We all do a lot of the same shit.
But it's super unrealistic to think that hip hop's it's not coming back.
I know.
Just like that 70s rock and roll, that never came back.
But guess what? It ain't gonna stop me from listening to it.
Nah, listen to it. Love it. Yeah. But there's some new shit. I like the fact that you like Griselda because that's some new shit that's dope. And that people they're making there is some good music out there.
But in all fairness, they do have a 90s style, and that's probably why I like them. You know what I mean?
Because they're our age. And they grew up in the 90s, and that's just the music they loved and came from. They listen to Wu-Tang, Raekwon, Ghostface, Nas. That's all they listen to. The Locks. They listen to this. So they were able to translate it into what they make, and kind of similar to what we're making now, too. You know what I mean? Lex Starwin. Wow. If you hear this new album, it's super lyrical. It's more, it might be too lyrical. I'll be honest. I'll go out there on a limb and say this might be too lyrical for a lot of people, but those old 90s cannabis fans type shit, they're gonna love this shit. This shit fire. That old Busta Rhymes shit. They're gonna love this shit.
When you listen to music, again, this is just me. I feel like you should need to use your brain. Think about, what was that? Rewind that back. Oh, he killed that. You know what I mean? Like instead of what the hell was that shit? Oh gosh, you gotta forgive me because I'm not familiar. Was it 2 Chainz, Kelly? Something about the cabinets.
Yeah, I wish a nigga would like a kitchen cabinet.
I wish a nigga would like a kitchen cabinet.
He killed
that. Was whack as fuck. That was whack as shit. Shout out to 2 Chainz because I fuck with 2 Chainz. Shout out to 2 Chainz, but that was whack as fuck.
Absolutely. And again, I'm not going to knock anybody's hustle.
No, at all. We don't do that here.
Yeah, we're not gonna listen to
why
that and be
should
like,
I-
"Yo, he killed that."
Nah, we can't
You know,
say that
why
was the
should
best
my,
line we ever heard either.
It was funny as shit, though.
It worked,
somebody
and it worked.
somebody that has
It
no
worked.
type of
Like when Lil Wayne said, "Pull out my black card." That's my little nigga. It worked. It fucking worked.
I like
Yeah.
Wayne. I'm a Wayne fan. I do like mixtape Wayne. Mixtape
I
Lil
mean,
Wayne.
it's like I don't know.
like.
Like I wanted to challenge me a little bit. Like you know what I mean? I like
You
things.
want more. You want it to be more complex.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially when you had Nas, when you had Wu-Tang, when you had I want to say there's a lot of people you can name. Jay-Z.
Gangstar. I mean,
Gangstar,
we could go
Jay-Z.
on.
You learn from their music can actually teach you. Mo and the Truth album, if you listen to it, that you can accomplish anything you want after listening to that album. Because he gives you,
really
he's like a motivational speaker in that joint. Like
Yeah.
he just
And
gives you, oh my God, he drops so much knowledge and so much wisdom passed on through one album.
Exactly. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's what's missing in mainstream music right now.
Definitely,
It
definitely.
lacks that terribly now. It's nothing now. I mean, I caught myself. I was listening in the Future today, 100 Shooters, and when it
Okay.
started, I was like, yeah, all right. I don't even know what the fuck he said, so I'm not even going to try to recite it. He's like, who tickets? Who my car? I don't know what the fuck he said. But then I heard the beat, and then he said the RZA, and I was like, oh, no wonder why I like this shit. The RZA produced it. 'Cause
Okay.
I heard like I don't know, something like a flute or something gave me like the windpipe vibe.
Yeah.
Sounded familiar, and I'm like, I fucks with it. Then it, that trap beat came in,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I turned into.
I like some of his melodies, Future.
Yeah.
So like that stick talk. To me, I
Yeah.
love the way the beat builds. There's certain things I like
do,
about
and then
trap
it's like-
music.
Exactly.
The lyrics, you're not
That's
going
what
to trap
fucks
music,
it up.
but
The
you're not going to
lyrics-
trap music for the lyrics either. You're
I
going
know.
there for that
But to
vibe
have,
for
like-
this. You're going there
But-
for this. You're not
But
going
to
there
have
for
like a really
it's
dope
different.
beat, and then you get somebody on there and I just feel like it's disrespecting the beat. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I think on Stick Talk, Future said anything. He said, I'm about to fuck this. He said, I'm about to fuck this bag up on a new toy.
Yeah.
JC's like, I'm about to just spend 70 grand on a dumbass car because I
Yeah.
can. Like, I'm about
Yeah.
to fuck this bag up on a new toy.
I ain't
Like,
got
he
no
was just
minutes
talking
for
his
no
shit.
slut. I'm gonna put
What?
my thumb in her butt. Like, why would you say that? What the fuck? This song, we took an awful, terrible turn at some point. You just-
Yeah.
Why? What the fuck?
But
And
listen,
I was all
Monica,
into the song, and then he said that shit, and it threw me the fuck off.
Yeah,
I'm
it's,
like, hell no. Boop.
but
Yeah.
listen, I'm gonna go to bat for Future. I'm probably tripping, but I'm gonna say this:
no, probably tripping.
how many people can relate? Because we can bring it back to our first initial topic, which was we spend money we don't have. How many people? You know how many times we wish we could have the iced out bezel and all that goofy shit? Like, oh, I want the Rollie, I want the presidential with the iced out joint.
Yeah.
And
I want
you know,
that with my
30,000. So when Future comes in and says, I'm about to fuck this bag up on a new toy, niggas is like, yeah, fuck that. Because if I had 70 grand, I'm buying the new Charger with the Hemi in it and all that goofy shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just fuck this money up. How many people fuck their pandemic money up?
Oh
How
my
many people was
goodness.
in the mall? Remember we was talking about it. How many people was shopping? How many people was in?
It was worse than tax season.
I was in Mexico.
I
went
bet,
to
yeah.
Mexico.
I
But
didn't-
how many
I didn't
people-
know
How many
pandemic money.
vacations niggas go on this? Listen, we're in a pandemic. How many vacations niggas go on this
Yeah.
summer? Everybody went somewhere this summer because of that extra 1,200 or that extra couple grand they was getting with whatever. You know what I'm saying? We know
Yeah.
the pandemic, the unemployment or whatever. Was
I
going
went to the mall. It was worse than tax season. I
Crazy.
never
Derek
seen
said-
anything like
Derek
it.
called me and said the same exact thing. I remember you telling me, but Derek told me the
Yeah.
same thing.
My daughter needed sneakers. She's at the age now where I can't pick out her stuff anymore. She,
I'm
you
about
know.
to fuck this bag up on a new toy.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get her some seats. I'm thinking it's gonna be a quick trip, and it's not. I mean, there's so many people out there. It was insane. So I don't know. What is that? What are we doing there?
She's talking about putting thumbs in her butt. I just gave her the 2 thumbs Fuck you, go for it.
Future said that shit. Ask him what the fuck he meant.
He was talking about sticking thumbs in the
Ask
butt.
him
But
why.
nah, Monty, that shit was real. Everybody was at the ball. Everybody was in Wildwood. You know what I'm saying? I see more people in Wildwood, and I hate Wildwood, so I'm grinding every Wildwood picture up. Every time I see you in Wildwood, I'm grinding you on the low. You know what I'm saying? I might not do it to y'all on y'all page, but I was grinding niggas up. Fuck Wildwood. That shit trash. What you doing?
I like it. I went there when I was little. My daughter likes it.
You should have went to Myrtle Beach with that.
Wildwood's their boardwalk is fun.
But
they had
their boardwalk is. They got the three piers, right?
Yeah. Then they played they had Pop Smoke playing when I was there, and I was with Steve Pagnotti and his daughter.
I'll take Pop Smoke. I'll take it.
They had 90s hip hop on in some of the stores.
Yeah, there was a nice mix. But I like it because I'm walking down the boardwalk and I stop at a store and be like, you know what I mean?
Make you want to buy an expensive ass shirt.
Yeah, get a Wildwood tie-dye t-shirt.
Get a Wu-Tang shirt on the boardwalk.
Yeah, I got an anklet at one of them motherfuckers.
Yo, fuck that. Remember back in like 97 when you went down there and they had the mixtapes?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember, but they had the mixtapes on the boardwalk, the exclusive.
Sure did.
I got the J Love Joan down there. I got the
J Love.
I got the Shaolin versus Wu-Tang mixtape. I'm talking 95 maybe. This Joan was crazy. This was classic. Derek probably remembers that. I know if Joe was here, Joe remembers that. I had all the mixtapes. I would go down there and that's all I wanted. So my dad, we all had maybe 20, 30 bucks we could spend on the boardwalk or so. I don't know what it was back then, but whatever it was, I wanted mixtapes. And I would tell Ike, Ike, we should get the mixtapes. We should just put all our money together and get the mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I love music. So that was, and Wu-Tang was just, as soon as I got exposed to Wu-Tang, it was over. And Joe opened my eyes to that and my mind to that, Joe. Because listen, the Method Man's first album.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first album I got on with Wu. 36, okay. I heard Protect Your Neck. I knew what that. I was like, yeah, that's fire. But I didn't know Wu like that until then. Joe got the tape. Jeff Kovach got the tape. That's who had it. Mm-hmm. Jeff Kovach got the tape, the Method Man Tikal Joan. Joe had it, and Joe was like, Corey, you gotta listen to this shit. We would literally go up in this room, we'd smoke blunt, we'd walk around the block, smoke a blunt, come into the crib, and we would just listen to that shit, and I would just walk home every night. Like, that's what we did. I was like, yo, I just want to smoke weed and go listen to Method. That Joan was so crazy. The Tikal album. What's that shit that they be smoking? Tikal, that shit was crazy. It blew my mind. It put me on it. I was like, yo, there's something here. And I started studying as anyone else would do. And boom, like y'all studied. We all did it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember memorizing the rhymes.
Yeah.
I used to write down.
Oh, yeah.
I knew every word for the pain. What's it? Bring the pain. I knew every word for release yourself. That shit was crazy. I knew every word to everything because I would write it down. I had the tape, so I would rewind it, play. All right, the next line, boom, rewind it, play, and I would memorize it and I would spit it, and that's how I learned my rhyme patterns. And I was like, all right, and then I started writing my own rhymes in Mr. Ridgway's class. Shout out to Mr. Ridgway. He was my favorite teacher of all time, I think, in the schools. Mr. Ridgway was fair, and he always told me, he said, Corey, you're smarter than you know, because I was a dickhead. I like to do dumb shit and get in trouble. But what y'all working on? What's going on?
I mean, I'm working on building up my credit score.
That's a good one.
Credit's important.
Mine's coming up a little bit. Mine's coming up. I'm working on mine a little bit, not as much as I probably should be.
Yeah, I mean, I just really started really paying attention to it, like old bills that I had from years ago. Like, why did I even let it go that far?
Yeah.
Making payments on things, getting that together because I want to buy a house.
Absolutely.
And years, maybe I can sell myself one.
There you go, right? Sell yourself one.
Like that. But that's
I feel like too, and that comes down, we could talk a little bit about just write down a credit score. Why aren't they teaching that at school?
I don't know.
Education is very weird. I've learned a lot of stuff from school, but there's a lot of stuff I've learned and I've never utilized it. And I think it would be better.
A lot of bullshit.
Absolutely. Some stuff I used, some stuff I didn't. So the fact that that time in school wasn't utilized, something like you're saying, okay, well, show us how we do our credit, how we get our credit score.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. And it's just a shame. Like I'll do homework with my daughter, and you know, depending on what profession you get in or whatever, you may use it, but there's some stuff that I just don't think that they're going to use again, or I could speak for myself, I should say, and I haven't used. So
Yeah.
I really think that that time could be very better well spent on educating, you know, how to
Those
manage
are things
money.
that matter that they're gonna use. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like knowing what's up with your credit and how the
Yeah.
importance of it. Because you can have all the money you want, but if you don't got credit, you can't.
They
really
don't. You can't do shit. You
You
can't
know,
do
and
shit without credit.
I've been around people who had tons of cash and they want to go buy a house, but your credit score is like a 480.
Yeah, we have no way of
But they didn't
knowing
about
that
it.
you'll pay it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
So
you live and you learn. But
I
that's
just
really
think, yeah, there should be some type of. I'm discouraged that they're not even teaching children how to sign their name anymore.
oh, the cursive and the signature.
That's weird. Yeah, I didn't understand that either. But why not teach kids cursing? What's wrong with cursing?
Yeah.
I have no idea, and I guess because they
no
don't
one
see the
writes.
need.
No one writes anymore. You're not writing letters like you used
And
to
I
back
understand that, but you still got to sign your name, whether it's digital or not. They give you a pad with a, you know, the pen, Joel, and you got to sign your name. So grown ass person, so they ain't gonna be able to sign their fucking name. I mean, there's a problem with that. They need to learn how to do that.
Well, they're putting microchips in everybody, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You might not have to sign your name. They'll know exactly who you are.
And that's another thing. Like I know, again, I'm old. I'm old school.
We
Right.
already got them.
I understand.
This
I'm
right
old
here
school, but I don't
is a
like that.
microchip.
I don't like this whole thing of getting away from human interaction. That's not healthy.
Mm-mm.
You know what? I'm
Not
glad
at all.
you mentioned
Like this-
that because. Well, go ahead, Core. What were you
No, I was going to say this is cool, but this ain't the same as us sitting in the same room. We do this
No.
in the same room. We have the same
Absolutely.
conversations in the same room. So
And we
like-
have for years.
exactly. So it's crazy. It's not the same. It helps. It's not that far off, but
Or
it's
just
still not the
being
same.
able to interact with a cashier or a bank teller, or just it's like, you know, people can hide behind this and you could just type away, but then you can't form a sentence when you're around other people.
It makes people antisocial.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's a disservice to people, especially children growing up in this era. You know,
Yeah.
I want our
Well,
children to be able.
if you divide the people, they're easier to control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you don't have
Well,
the
I'm sure
access.
there's a motive for it, but I'm just not cool with it. What do you think about it, Kelly?
Well, I mean, like as far as you know,
Just this less human interaction, like everything.
yeah, I mean, I think it's important for like when you're growing up, like you said, for kids to have that interaction.
Yeah.
We
I
had
Me
it.
as an adult.
I think it's the most important for kids for some reason. I don't know why,
It
but I
is.
think they need to learn that socialization.
It's
have to-
development. They have to get a social
Why?
development.
Because I'm rather shy, and when I was a kid, I mean, I've grown out of it a lot. But when I was a kid, I was painfully shy. Like there's a video of me at my cousin's wedding, and they put the camera on me, and you could see me like duck and hide. Like I was
I know
that
you,
kind of shy.
Kelly. I know you. You were shy as shit.
But my
Not
grandma,
Not really with me. Not really with me because we was like friends or whatever. But
yeah. But
with
if I
other
know
people,
you,
I seen
totally
it.
different. So, but my pop, we would go for walks, like in the summertime every day or every weekend when school was in. And he would stop at every store downtown. He knew everybody and everybody knew him.
He knew everybody in town.
One time, someone that stopped him asked what grade I was going into that following school or the school year that was coming. And I just froze. And I didn't say anything. When we got home, my pop was like, nah, he was like, you can't do that. I said, somebody speak to you, got to talk back, speak back to them. And I said, why? You know.
Well, I
That
gotta
was
talk to
my
them
response.
for it.
Now, I get it though, because you have to go out and interact with people. And now, of course,
It's like Pop. It's like Pop. Why you want to make me uncomfortable? Like,
Yeah,
it's
man.
like
I'm
nah.
so bugged
He was
out,
like
but I
he
get
was like nah, little nigga. You gotta get past that.
Yeah, you got, and I did. I
You gotta
really
get
did.
past that.
And even like in the job I have, I got accounts to manage. I got to talk to lots of people all day, every day, and it's just it is, but it is what it is. I think though now it's just important, kids. Everything's like computer, this and that. Like get outside, ride your bikes like we used to. Do all that fun shit. And I did see a group of kids riding their bike down Washington Avenue, and it fucking filled my heart with joy because I'm
Awesome.
like, okay, it's
Yes.
still happening.
And that's something I've noticed that the pandemic, that was one of the things I was grateful with the pandemic. It got people out there doing things that they used to do, like you
Yes.
said, riding bikes, taking walks, doing things that, that we kind of
Yeah.
never made time for before. But what do they say? Like, I think it's 85% of communications nonverbal. So this, I get it. Okay, so you could see kind of my mannerisms, my tone, my facial expression.
Right.
But if I'm doing everything like text, for example, or behind a screen where you can't see me, a lot of things can be communicated that way too. And
things can be taken out of context real easily.
Yeah.
Especially
and
with a text. You ever text somebody something and they take it the wrong way and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I ain't even mean it like that.
Especially with us, because we're very sarcastic. So
there's no context. There's no context in a text. You don't know how that person's saying it.
Exactly.
They could be joking. They could be joking and playing. I joke. I know with me, I joke and play a lot in my texts. So
yeah, me too.
you could take it the wrong way. There's been times when both of you probably taking the shit the wrong. I'm like, hold up, nah, I ain't mean it like that. And you gotta quick clean it up. You know what I mean?
I use a lot of emojis.
Yeah.
You do. You be killing. Your emoji game is vicious.
Emoji game killing right here. That's the only thing I feel like you're not gonna really understand me unless I add a bunch of emojis to show you.
I gotta let you know I'm playing with you because I don't want you to take that. Yeah, absolutely.
And especially with our sarcasm, like I said, I think we're all very sarcastic. And
yes.
And I post this once a week. Sensitive thugs, they all need hugs.
Yep.
Because niggas are sensitive these days. I don't get that sensitivity shit. They on some Ralph Tresvant. You need a man with sensitivity. A man like
Ralph Tresvant right there.
Ralph Tresvant. They don't know about Monica. Didn't even know what I said. I said Ralph Tresvant. Monica was like, who? She hit the cigarette. She was
Ralph.
She was like this.
I didn't know if you were getting ready to perform. I didn't know what was getting ready to happen there. I saw something happening.
I killed it though. I killed the performance. Don't hate on the performance, Monty.
Oh no.
I killed that. I killed that on the low. My girl will tell me later. She'll be like, Corey, you killed that.
I'll tell you that right now.
When my girl tells me later I killed it, I know I killed it because she's very critical of me. She doesn't really take kindly of me exposing my motherfucking art on I look super suspect on that. Like, I'm gonna leave that alone.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
But nah, she's critical of me though. So if she says I killed it, and I know I killed that, because my Ralph Tresvant is pretty dope. I might get into stand-up comedy too in the next couple of years, y'all. Don't get it fucked up.
Hey, go for it.
I'm rolling a blunt too, as we know.
Critical.
Because I'm on my big pun, that nigga.
Do you think that you guys are critical?
Yo, real quick, think about it. Y'all can take some time. I don't mean to cut you off, Monty, but I got a dope ass topic real quick we can touch on.
All right,
let's hear it.
I love the flow of this thing. We flowing tonight. Top 5, dead or alive. Who's ever ready can go first. I could give you mine from the door. Because I already know mine. So whatever y'all want to do, I can give you mine now, or y'all can go first. Whatever. If you know your top 5, dead or alive, best rappers to ever do it.
Best rappers.
I need to know who y'all take.
That's very hard.
I'm not judging you. That's not hard. It's very easy for me. I'm going to give you mine. Let me see what I got.
Oh, well, yeah, because you're prepped.
Well, I wrote it down. I did write it down.
Number one is Rakim, the God MC.
Say no more. Say no more. I'm not mad at that. He is not in my top 5, but I'm not mad at that. I am super not mad at that. Rakim is a fucking god. Like if it wasn't no Rakim, there would never be a Nas. There would never be a Jay-Z. There would never be probably a Big Daddy Kane, who came shortly after with a similar flow.
Yeah.
They both used to punch crazy.
My mom put me on to him way back in the day.
Rakim was right. Follow the leader.
Yeah, man.
Follow the leader. Check out my melody. What did 50 Cent say? He said my favorite rapper used to say check out my melody. Talking about Rakim. Yeah, Rakim was nasty, super nasty.
I could give you one of my top 5. I don't know what order. I'm gonna say
top 5. Name 5 of your best MCs right now. It ain't gotta be concrete. You could change it later.
But I don't want to. You can do that. We're good.
Give me 3. Give me a top 3.
I'm gonna say Raekwon's definitely one of them.
Raekwon's in my top 5. He rounds off my top 5. I don't really have my top 5 in a specific order, but Raekwon is in my top 5. I love that pick. I love it.
Raekwon's in my top for sure.
So Raekwon is in all of our top 5.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's love. That's love. I love that right there. I love that. Raekwon is super nasty, bro. He's the best member of Wu-Tang, I think. I love Wu-Tang to death. Meth is very close. I think Meth is at a close second. Absolutely. And Ghostface, you could substitute Meth or Ghost. I wouldn't be mad if you chose Ghost over Meth. But with Wu-Tang, you know, we all love Wu-Tang, so I can speak a little Wu-Tang. But that's absolutely.
I like Inspector Deck a lot.
Oh yeah, and I think he's
Inspector Deck. If you say lyrically, I think he's one of the best MCs to ever walk the earth. Him and Jizza.
Triumph started.
Yeah.
Abomatomically, Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't define while I be dropping these mockeries. Lyrically perform.
And I feel like a lot of people sleep on him. I really do.
Yeah, that gets slept on crazy.
Yeah. Which he shouldn't be.
He's not appealing to the commercial crowd at all, really. He's very just rhymes. Like he's very old school.
But he's so, I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. It's dope. So he should not be slept on at all.
No,
not at all. But
I'm glad he even came up tonight though, that way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Shout out to
hopefully we can get Deck on. Shout out to Inspector Deck. Hopefully we can get you on one day. Come out, check us out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you're marketing something, you got a new album coming out, you could come on. We can show you some love, man, and give you a platform.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? The market's your shit. Whatever. We love you. Period.
I'm gonna put Nas in there too.
Nas is in my top 5. He is definitely in my top 5. He's Nas. Honestly, I'm gonna go out on the limb. Nas is my favorite artist of all time.
Okay.
By far. Like Nas is. It's not even close.
You know, I love Nas. I love everything about him. He's one of my favorite artists just in general. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I'm gonna throw a little curveball in there. I gotta tell you, Tupac is one of my favorites.
Tupac, I put in there, but then I swapped him out. So I'll let you know. I'll let you touch on Pac. Say your thing about Pac, Kel, and then I kind of switched him out of my top 5, which I'm kind of mad about now.
And you know, I always get
get
slack for this, but Pac is just like he's different. You know, he got
poetic.
That West Coast vibe, but he's poetic.
Yes,
poetic,
and so talented. I mean, not only was he an actor, he was his poetry, his music, everything. And
he was way ahead of his time. He talks about things that I'm awakening to now, and then I'm like, damn, I was listening to this.
25 years ago in 1995, we was saying the same shit that Pac was trying to say now. Yeah. When he was on his Black Panther shit in the 90s, people thought he was crazy. Oh, he's extreme. He's this, he's that. But the shit he's talking about is very, we can relate to it right now.
Yeah, it's the same.
That's crazy. He was very political, and he talked about black and white issues because he came from that Black Panther background. Just of, the system don't love you. You know what I'm saying? And simply because a lot of us, it don't love us because we're black. And we know the history of the country. And we know just how far we had to come to even get to where we are today. you know, with those issues. And yeah, Pac touched on it.
He really
Pac
brought that to light, and yeah, he really he did something. He has a huge influence on just like a lot of the way I think and see things. I gotta give much love to Tupac for sure.
Yeah, shout
Rest
out
in
to
peace.
Tupac.
Up there.
Tupac was in my top 5, and then I switched him out with Jay-Z.
Did
And
you?
I put Jay-Z in there because of his catalog and just how long he's been doing it. And it's hard for me to make a top 5 without putting Jay-Z in there. He has one of my favorite albums of all time, which is Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so hard not to put him in there. He has so many good. The Black album was fucking crazy. The Dynasty album was
yeah, I like the
crazy.
Dynasty too.
Great. That's when Beans and them started coming out. Like,
yeah.
what? Like, you're talking about a time in my life where it just impacted so much that I don't think I can get through it without saying. So I got Nas, I got Raekwon, I had Pac, I switched him out for Jay-Z, but I'm gonna give y'all like kind of the fourth one I'm gonna throw out there, Biggie, period.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gotta say nothing else, but Biggie Smalls is in my top 5 and he ain't never leaving. Ever. I don't care if I don't care who comes out in the next 20 years. They ain't better than that motherfucker.
No, they're not.
Anybody that can say, chick looks so good, I want to suck a daddy dick and get away with it. Salute to you, my homie. Because everybody in the hood was saying that shit.
Yeah.
Now that we're on this, I was listening to R. Kelly and Pac, fucking you tonight. When R. Kelly says B.I.G., bring that ass to me.
How did he, Kelly, how did he get that off?
I'm telling you.
We let him rock with that because ain't nobody really talking about that.
Everybody sang it too. B.I.G.
Bring that ass to me. Hit the whole note. The whole the note's 3 seconds long. Bring that ass to me. Imagine me, imagine me in the club with Crack talking about Joey Crack. Bring that ass to me. Crack would never let me live that down. He'd be like, nigga, remember when you was on some gay shit in the club?
And R. Kelly's all like drawing now too, so it makes it even worse when I hear him.
I still love his music.
I was just like the other night that I was grooving too, and that part came. I was like, oh, this shit's still suspect.
I want to go back a little bit just because we talked about R. Kelly and R&B. I loved R. Kelly, his music.
I know, me too.
I really did. 12 Play, that album.
I'll be right back, yo.
I was playing it. And my mom said, she said, you shot out. Because I said, why? Because I'm still listening to R. Kelly.
I try to separate the artists from their artists from their art, you know. He,
whatever he's going through, there's a reason why he's that way. Everybody got fucking issues. He's a talented artist he had some super bangers.
Absolutely. The whole 12 Play album, I loved it. And then even before that, Slow Dance.
Yeah, he killed it.
Half Want a Baby. Oh, I could go on and on about.
Give
him a little. 12 Play.
Who's rounding off? Let's hit another one. Who's on the top 5?
What about Pun? I like Pun.
Pun almost made my top 5. He was like an honorable mention.
I love Pun.
He didn't really make it.
I love DMX. And I don't know.
I like Busta. I think he'd be on there.
Busta's ill. I mean, and these, I guess these are just artists that I like, they put out an album or they've said things that really like fucking move me. You know what I mean? DMX for me is somebody who really, he moves me. And plus he does like the prayer skits.
Yeah.
So I used to feel, I feel him heavy. I don't know, like lyrically, if he ever like said something that really made, it was like, oh, that's some fire shit. But just as a in general,
I like Busta too because it's just I love his energy too.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite albums of all time.
He's got like that energy, and he's just like.
It's just hard to narrow it down to 5. I mean, I could list.
I mean, we could safely say we got Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas,
Raekwon.
I got Tupac in there.
And I'm adding, I threw Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, Raekwon, and my last one is Black Thought.
Oh my god.
Just for me,
Yeah.
Black Thought, like he's just so deep, and I learned so much just from listening to his music. You know what I'm saying? Like he taught me so much about so many different spiritual aspects because he's so spiritual in many different ways. I think he identifies as a Muslim, but he knows what it's like to dig into Deepak Chopra and to get into them bags. He knows what it's like to get in the Mahatma Gandhi bag, and he can get into so many different bags. Like he talks to me in a way like not too many MCs can, and he held down every Roots album. Like every joint is all him. Like it's crazy. Like lyrically, I don't know.
What was it, Royce?
He did the 10-minute freestyle on Funk Flex. I was just sold. Like, yo, he's in my top 5.
Yeah.
You know who didn't make my top 5 that should have? And he's one of my favorite MCs. He's probably my favorite MC besides Nas right now. Is Royce the 5'9". But
that's what I was just gonna say. Yeah.
Surprise, yeah.
I met Royce the 5'9" when I was flying back from Phoenix.
No way.
When I was going from Phoenix to Phoenixville, not from Phoenix.
No way.
Yeah, I was flying back and I met him at the McDonald's, which was crazy.
That's dope.
In Denver.
Oh, wow.
Denver. Shout out to Royce. Hopefully he remembers this and can come on the show and verify it, Royce. You know what I mean? Come get us some views, Royce. Whatever.
You know what? I love Guru.
Yeah, Guru too. Yeah.
Rest in peace to Guru, man. Yeah, Guru was
Prodigy.
a savage.
I love Prodigy.
Prodigy was a savage.
Yeah.
It's so many.
It's like overwhelming when someone asks me my top 5, and I tell you, it's probably different every time I say it. The only things, or the only ones that are probably consistent in my top 5 are like Biggie and Pac. But I feel like anytime I'm asked that, I'm all over the place. I get like
Big
nervous.
Pac, Nas.
Yeah, everybody.
I think they always sit there. Like Jay, I could swap probably Jay out for somebody, but Jay's done so much there where I kind of let him live in there in the top 5.
Yeah, I think he kind of has to be there. Biggie got to be there. So that's where I'm at with that.
That's it. Top 5, dead or alive. You heard it live. Phoenixville to Phoenix podcast.
Next month, though.
Next month, it could change.
Drake might be in my top 5 next month. And then Monica would be real happy.
Monica would love that.
Oh, yeah.
She would love Drake sneaking into the top 5.
Real quick. Whole squad on some real shit.
Definitely.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Sorry, but yeah, I love you though, Drake. If you ever see it.
If you ever see that.
And I like light skin niggas.
Always mix the liquor with the ice. Of course, my lighter ain't working.
I don't know if I want to put meth in there. I don't know. I mean, he's close.
No, you want to put meth in there.
Yeah, but I don't want to put my other I don't know.
You might want to tune in to Power. Speaking of Method Man, I got all the way caught up last night, but he's in there and he looks like
I gotta check out
to be honest, I've never watched that show.
Well, this is like the new one, so it's like, I mean, yeah, you probably want to watch the first one too, but you don't have to.
Okay.
But this one, and yeah, he's got some scenes in there you want to see. So I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
You probably won't want to see them.
I don't want to see Meth's ass if that's what we're talking about, because I don't know why they show men's asses in sex scenes.
I don't really like seeing ass in music, but I mean,
really too keen on that. Sometimes
working out, and he's been posting his workouts and shit.
Salute to Meth. Like Meth is definitely in his bag right now.
You can see it all. He looks good.
Not for nothing.
Yes, he does.
I'm working out too. I don't know.
Look at this. Damn, it's our biggest shit.
We working on a few things over here. You know what I'm saying? I go to the gym every day. I didn't go today though. But I'm a little sore from yesterday. So I'm just getting back into it. But it don't take me long to get right. So I'll be somewhat bodybuilding in the next 6 months.
What's everybody watching? Kel, you said we were watching Power.
That's what it's crazy. I was going to ask the same exact question.
I got caught up on Power. That was like the 5th episode. It was only 5, and now it comes back on in January, some shit. But that, and then Netflix, I binge watch Girlfriends.
Okay.
And this show called The Ranch with Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson, the ball from the '70s show.
I gotta
Okay,
check
I
that
haven't
out.
seen that yet.
Sam
Yeah, I gotta check
Elliott,
that out.
he's the old head. He got the cool ass mustache. But I didn't think I was going to like it. It's about Ashton Kutcher and his dad like runs this ranch.
Okay.
But their sense of humor, Ashton is kind of like us, a sarcastic. Him and his
Yeah.
brother drink a lot, talk shit. It was really funny, and I ended up I watched it through and through. It took me like a week, but that shit was all right.
I've been watching Hannibal.
Okay, how is it?
It's dope. I like it. In the part of the series, though, I can say I'm a little confused. Because one of the characters, I can't really tell where he's at. You know, it's derived from Red Dragon and stuff like that.
Okay.
And no, I'm a big fan of that. Silence of the Lambs.
I started watching it, but I didn't. I stopped like maybe second season. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know how far I got into it. but I
I'm
stopped
talking
watching.
about Will.
Yeah. Will Graham.
So
Will Graham's.
I can't figure him out right now because he's really, you know what I mean? So I
Well,
got to
Will's
catch up
always-
on that.
Will's always going to be a good guy, so I haven't seen it, but I'll tell you, Will's a good dude, but he's crazy.
Yeah. Well, the shit he's doing right now, that's what has me confused if he's good or not. So I'm like, all right.
He's a sociopath, but he has, sociopath and psychopath are very similar.
But
So,
they're different.
yeah, I'm saying so.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell where you're at. But
Exactly.
yeah, Will Graham. I probably might dive back into that because that shit was dope. It's a dope series. It's fire.
And I'm very big on,
Check it out, Kel. Hannibal's fire.
Yeah.
and you know, for obviously you guys know me, but I'm really big on how the mind works.
Yeah.
I mean, understanding how people think, and
Mhm.
obviously this is a movie, but you know, I was always just intrigued by that.
Well, it's a book. I think it derives from a book originally.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, like, as
Yeah.
opposed to like I would watch, you know, a Ted Bundy series. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
anything of that nature. I've always been very intrigued. It's just, where does this behavior come from? You know, what type of
Serial
household
killers.
produces this behavior? You know, things like that. I'm big on understanding why.
Right.
So if I have a better understanding of why somebody's behaving like that, and that's what I even took in college, just, you know, just studying how people behave in society or large groups and different things like that. So
Yeah.
I've always been intrigued. So usually they also have something on Netflix called Mind Hunters.
Uh-huh.
But I'm mad because they cut it.
I'll
think
put you on to that.
Yeah.
I'll put you on to that, Joe.
Yes, I think it was
Yeah,
only like
yeah.
2 seasons.
It's-
But they're
It
talking
talks
about how
about the
they
FBI when they're starting to profile, when they got into profiling, kind of.
Oh,
And it
okay.
started with serial killers because
Yeah.
All right.
serial killers move in patterns. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they realized that if they could figure out the pattern, they could figure out what they're dealing with, and it helped them to find that person. It was crazy.
absolutely.
It just works
It-
that way. It's like,
Yeah.
if I can figure out why they start from the back. If you think about it, they start from the end. Like, they have to figure out, they're watching the movie backwards and
Yeah.
they have to figure out what's going on. It's so crazy, but these people
Yeah.
are super smart people, and they're
Absolutely.
just
And it's just they're
super
really
intelligent. This is
analyzing.
real life shit. Yeah.
Yes, they're analyzing human behavior, and you know, it's crazy that you could look, you know, and see, I don't know, like maybe an abusive mother or something of that nature, and not for everybody, but you know, what behaviors can stem from those things.
Right.
And it's very crazy. So, but it's very intriguing. I've always been interested in how the
Yeah.
mind works and stuff. So, for people that are interested in those kind of things, those are 2 good series to watch, because
Gonna check
Hannibal
that out.
also gets into, you know, the method of thinking and stuff behind it too.
Mhm.
So it's pretty dope. I like it.
No, that sounds good.
And then I watched Alice in Wonderland the other day too. That's my favorite. And my
Yeah.
daughter likes it. So the classic. And it's crazy that when you watch Disney movies as an adult,
Yeah.
so much hidden shit that I would have never peeped as a child, you know. So I'm
That's
looking, I'm like,
subliminal shit.
damn, yes. And so I was just telling Kelly, my favorite Disney movie growing up was Alice in Wonderland. I still love it, but obviously, and then so she's tripping the whole time.
One
But
of the
I'm not.
wildest. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, when I'm a kid, I don't know about none of that shit. So it was just always such a dope movie, and it was just ironic that that's what it was kind of about. So
It's all fantasy when you're a kid, but then that should be some real life shit.
yeah, like when you watch it now, I'm like, damn, I didn't even peep all this shit.
You feel like you're on drugs when you watch it.
Well, yeah, and then I see her, she's eating shrooms, caterpillars, smoking weed and shit. And I'm like, damn, I mean, I seen it, but I didn't see the hidden meaning behind it when I was younger.
Yeah, you definitely can't see that.
He said, yeah. Oh, horror, yeah.
Walt Disney,
Like
I'm gonna shot.
Well,
like
Disney
we
was
brought a
out of
hardcore
pocket for real.
topic.
I'm gonna shout him out though, because that's one creative person, very, very talented.
Walt?
Definitely.
Yes, yes,
Shout out to Walt Disney. To
absolutely.
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney.
Sure he was
Listen, I'm
raised-
watching. I'm on
sorry.
Hulu watching.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm just talking about.
I'm joking. I really don't know. I don't
know either. He might be, but fuck it. I don't know. He make good movies. That's what I'm looking at.
I heard he was
Isn't
super
he
racist.
frozen? I heard he's frozen.
Wasn't he like super racist or something?
Well, that's what Kelly was saying, but I wasn't sure.
I think
don't
so.
know.
I think he's been kind of identified with some stuff, but I can't speak. I don't know exactly what it is, but
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I can't
Disney
really.
movie of you?
I wouldn't listen. Any old ass white dude from back then might have been on some goofy shit. I don't.
Definitely
Would you
possible.
say he was a man of his time?
That's it. And he made a dope ass production company or whatever it was that worked.
I got
So
Disney
Disney's the
Plus
shit.
right now. I ain't
Disney's
really-
definitely the shit, but
Very
he might have been
creative.
shit, but his company's the shit. We fuck with.
Yeah.
You fuck with you, Walt.
But yo, I'm watching Hulu.
He's frozen too.
Yeah.
I heard, which
I
I
think
found.
I think he is.
I don't even know how. And what is that? The purpose of that is that to
I
see
think they said
science
they can
later.
in case they can bring people back to life. His body will still be cool. It'll be preserved. It preserves the
Okay.
body.
So
So
if
if they
science
somehow-
progresses to that,
So if they can somehow light a fire back, you know, when you die, the fire goes out. So if they can suddenly find a way to light that fire, maybe the body can. I don't know.
so what? Walt's just at his people's crib in some frozen tank. That's a little bugged out.
He's probably in some lab somewhere. I don't fucking know where he's at.
That's bugged out.
I don't know if I would want to be up in some cryo chamber or something. Oh yeah, Lana, put me there. That's weird.
That's
You
probably
know
where
what
he's at. I think it was.
They're doing now, they're burying. You can get like buried in this thing, and it grows a tree.
What do
So
you
that-
mean? You?
I mean, I'm not. I saw.
Not,
it.
yeah, no, not you. I'm saying like they put your body in this thing when you die, and then they make you a tree.
Yeah, like it's like I don't know that material what it's called, but you see it like when you're gardening. Sometimes your plants come in. It's like a hay sack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they put your body in that and they bury you,
like a
And-
fucking scarecrow.
and then the fucking tree grows. And people are doing it now because it's like, environmentally conscious. I'm high as shit too, though.
Yeah, I'm done.
Listen, I'm not, and I'm just very
You said I'm not. That's because
I don't know what's going on there.
you're the sober friend. You're the designated driver now that you got a
That's all
license.
right. I just couldn't picture burying anybody.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I go, that's how y'all might see me. Like,
Is that how you want to be? A scarecrow? With
Yo,
the
is
tree?
is it selfish of me of not really wanting a funeral? I'd rather y'all just have a party or something somewhere and everybody get together and just celebrate.
that's cool.
I don't think it's
And even if
selfish.
I pay for it, let's say I blow up like I want to, and we making that money, and I just say, you know what, a vacation where y'all can go to a dope ass, y'all can go down to the island somewhere, and y'all could just have a good weekend or a good week on me. Wouldn't that be dope?
Yeah, I'm just glad you don't want like a wake. They still.
I don't
do that.
want that. I really
People
don't.
are like sitting at the table with a pack of cigarettes
And I feel selfish. Yeah, I feel selfish about that sometimes. But
they do that a lot in Louisiana still.
Really?
Yes, you got to look it up. Next, maybe another,
Yes.
next
yeah, we'll talk
segment.
about that in a later
It's a
episode or
thing.
something.
There was a boxer in Puerto Rico. They just like embalmed him, and he's like this. He was a young boy, got shot. He's like 21, but like he's just, and everybody's just walking past him, staring at the body that way.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
It's bugged out. I wouldn't do that to y'all.
They got some weird shit I've seen. Maserati Rick. There was a gangster in Detroit, Maserati Rick, where they buried him in a motherfucking Benz or something. I don't know, something crazy. It was like they built this crazy makeshift car around him or something.
That shit's bugged
Some
out.
people sit up in their shit. They'll be like in their favorite chair, like in their lounges or something. And they have funerals where you're walking by and they're sitting in their fucking John. There might be a Christmas tree next to them.
Yes.
Weird as shit. And I don't listen, and not to offend anyone, because I'm not here to offend the dead or anybody, but that's not how I want to go out. So as my friends, I'm holding y'all accountable to making sure that goofy shit don't happen in my shit.
I don't think we're going to be doing that type of stuff.
Please don't do that. And I'd rather not have a funeral. I don't want nobody looking at my dead body. I just closed casket or something. Or let's just go to the aisle. Hopefully I'm rich enough to where I can put that in the budget, and we can make that happen to where everybody can go to a designated. You can go to Hawaii.
And where are you going when we're at the islands?
I guess I'll be on my way up if there's a heaven or if there's wherever.
No, I'm talking about your body. Did you ever think about that?
You could bury it. You could burn it. You could do whatever you want. I don't think I care either way.
Just send me out like a Viking.
I don't think either. Whatever's the cheapest for somebody. If somebody wants to, let's say I put somebody responsible. I put somebody like, yo, you in charge of this, and they want to like cremate me because they could save like $2,000 and they could put that down on a new car or something. I ain't hating. Like as the dead person, I'm not hating though. Like do your thing, shorty. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing.
No,
whoever in my family's going to do that.
Somebody in charge of that.
Yo, listen though, Monica, anybody in my family that's on that goofy shit, I salute you. I ain't even hating. You know what I'm saying? Put that shit down on the down payment and have some fucking fun. Because that's what I would love. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'll be in that car with you. You know what I mean? Be driving that junk. Get you out of trouble every now and then. Be an angel. That when you're drunk, I pull you back on the road. It's all right. You got this. Let's get home. You know what I'm saying? Let's get your ass home. Not that any of my brothers are on that type shit, but you never know.
You never know.
Sometimes you might need the angel swooping in. You know what I mean? Your old dead brother. You know what I mean? Swooping in. Hey,
your old dead brother.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got your ass. It'd be dope. Why not? Listen, I think we've been running long enough. This is a beautiful episode. I want to save some. I want to save some for next week. So listen, I'm signing off like this. I love each and every one of you. I'm gonna say this after every episode. I love you guys because you never know. You never know if I get into a car and a drunk driver takes me out. It can happen. You know what I'm saying? And I love you guys. And we've seen it happen time and time again, just in our circle of friends. We've lost some people. We've lost family members. You know, this shit sucks. You know what I'm saying? And life can be like that. You got Corona going around that's taking people out, you know, and I just hope that my family, and so far my family's been cool. I don't think anybody I heard of in my family that, you know, came down with any of that goofy shit. But hopefully this election, hopefully some things get done that maybe benefit all of us, not just some of us. You know what I'm saying? Because you see a lot of that goofy shit and it just sucks. You know, you see people not getting justice for getting killed just in blatant, like, you know, somebody has to be held responsible and nobody's held responsible. You know, we don't want to make it racial, but it's like, how else? It's starting to become almost a trend where it's hard to look away from that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's
but,
true, yeah.
You know, we ain't on that type time here. We love all. We're actually perfectly racially divided, which is so crazy. Other than the Latinas, which, you know, angels do exist. She might feature in on an episode or two because she's around. Alana Marie. So we're just, you know, I love the chemistry and I love the way that we can reflect and I think identify with a lot of different racial structures. You know what I mean? I think people can really come here to not only get some answers, but to get just understanding and feel like they're not alone. You know what I'm saying? Because we going through the same shit they going through, and we trying to overcome the same shit. You know, we live check to check. We ain't rich. We trying to get there, each and every one of it. But we ain't there yet. And we know that if we keep fighting, we gonna get there. And it is what it is. We trying to raise kids. We trying to, you know what I'm saying, retire. We trying to pursue in our careers. You know what I mean? So people gonna identify with this shit. And I'm just so thankful that we're doing this. This shit's awesome. And I can't wait till next week till we can get back on it. The group chat's gonna be jumping this week. We're gonna have a whole bunch of topics jumping off so we can get prepared so we can bring you the best podcast that you can get. You know what I mean?
You can follow me on Instagram at Bombshell Kel.
Okay, Bombshell Kel.
Instagram. What's your Instagram, Monnie? What's your Instagram, Monnie?
MB Italia.
MB Italia. I'll post the Instagrams up too, so you'll have it on the
I show
screen.
more cleavage on Instagram. Next, I'll have OnlyFans.
This shit about to get deep.
The OnlyFans page.
I will not have an OnlyFans page because I just don't get down like
you
that.
might see a butt cheek.
But you can follow me. You can follow me on Instagram, Ricky Fitz, 2020. I think. I don't know. I don't know. 2020.
She said
I
on
think
Instagram you might see a butt cheek. I can't.
We out of here. Listen, salute to everybody out there trying to change the world by changing themselves, man. We can only better people around us by bettering ourselves, man. That's how I believe. I swear by that. I live by that. Karma, what goes around comes around. So if you out there putting out some negative energy, that shit gonna come back to haunt you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, don't do that.
Salute to everybody. Yo, salute to Greggy out there. Yo, who else? Lex Starwin, what up? Brand Scheme, Judah Priest, Rasul Law, Rasul Sweat Chasers. We love you. You know what I'm saying? Who else?
It never happened, it tears us apart. Okay. Then I fade just like fire. Okay. Okay. Then I fade just like fire. Okay. I'm on Stephanie. Then I fade just like fire.
Rest in peace to Juice WRLD. Feel like I'm living in Ebenezer Scrooge world. Misery loves company, that's why I'm all alone. Plus a psychopath always keep bodies on the chrome. I'm high, yes I wanna be, self-esteem low. Plus the ghettos with a flat out the concrete roads. Wasn't bitter when I sat inside the jail cell stone, trying to kinda guard to give me a couple minutes on the phone. A cypher in the yard remind me of a sold out show. Bombs in the basement, this the year that underground blows. My man caught a body in his whole squad toe. Shit is crazy, hope I see the day that Ugg money home. Rest in peace to those we lost, RIP to those that's gone. My best friend Joe died in a jail cell all alone. Pull it up for his memory, shots of Patron. You violate, we ending you, shots to your dome. No matter where I live, Phoenixville will always be my home. Moved to Phoenix, now I feel like I abandoned my son.
I'm on Stephanie. Then I fade just like fire. Okay. Okay. Then I fade just like fire. Okay. I'm on Stephanie. Maybe we're water and this is all snow. Though it never happened, it tears us apart. Okay. Maybe we're water and this is all snow. Though it never happened, it tears us apart. Okay. Then I feel just like fire. Okay.
If you would have asked me 10 years ago, I'd have never told you that music would have saved my life. But standing here today, I realize one thing. That when you chase your dreams, when you find your purpose, life gets better. Ricky Fitz. We green.